Okay, last time you found yourselves confronted by Baron Samedi, the Chief Loa of Death in Gede, the Mire of Mystere.
I can't wait to bang his wife.
In the
Jesus. I can't wait to
Who's the Clock Lord now, Thunderstorm? Or Dusty, or whoever said
it was Dusty. So you found yourself confronted by Baron Samedi, Rugarul, the Voracious Doom, in his channeled Dracolich form. His undead, bloated, stitched together, bug-filled form was hanging above you, and Baron Samedi was covered in his shield. You used the bell, the swan, the dawn bell of the swan goose, and you said some epic thing, and it shattered the shield. And right as he was going to go on his initiative, he got ate up by a Dargan with some spooky tentacles. He mentioned, a guru mentioned that he had never actually truly been serving Samedi. He had been serving something called the Hunger Below, and that was his true patron. Then he fully formed in his Dracolich state, and you realize that he had the Chalice of Agony grafted to the back of his throat, and you assume that that was his phylactery. And it was stuck in the back of his throat. And you then
floating in
Strong.
I rolled a 9. Sorry.
I was like, let's just get this over. Let's get this over with, DC.
What do you know?
It was like literally moments afterwards. I was like, why did he ask me to roll? He was just gonna give it.
DC
to me.
was 5.
Me or B? What do you know?
The DC was 5. Anyway, so a boss fight endured. And you eventually killed him. Sylvie ripped out the Chalice of Agony and tumbled to the floor. And with his, you could see that his soul and Baron Samedi's soul, after being ripped into the Chalice of Agony, was still a light and glowing within these soul gems. And Rugarul, the light, his body falling apart, the light going out of his eyes, tried to climb up, tearing down the foundations of the Hungry Catfish, ripping apart the bullywugs and all the casino as it started to collapse all around you. He reached the top. He finally expired and fell down, smashing through the hull of the riverboat. It began to sink. You all fled and made your way onto the patch of earth. A fog had rolled in as the riverboat sank beneath you or behind you. And you saw a figure approaching through the fog, and you realize it to be Madame Zostra, and who seemingly froze Matthias, who had been holding the Chalice of Agony after fulfilling her contract. And as she approached, she shapeshifted into an incredibly old, haggard, grotesque, ugly woman with rail thin, knobby knees, long beak-like nose, and deep-set eyes. And she basically revealed herself to be the one and only Baba Yaga, and revealed herself to be Sylvie's patron. Actually, the whole time, and the whole time, and that Titania didn't even know she existed. And
extra stats. How many times is the word Titania said on the stream? Let us know.
16,400.
And Titania doesn't even know, at least according to Baba Yaga, that she exists. And through some very serious things, Baba Yaga alluded to some things really for all of you, and she then drank from the chalice, seemingly consuming or at least snuffing out the light of Rugarul and Baron Samedi, still returning the chalice to Matthias, who then got on his boat formed out of the compass and sailed away and disappeared. Anything else?
That's
Nah.
it.
It's the long and short of it.
Yeah, okay. So, you are standing on the patch of firm soil, waterlogged as it is, beneath the dense boughs of the mire of Mystere Gede. The swamps are high above you, the resurrection moss hangs down, as well as the drooping leaves of the willow trees. And the fog has dissipated as Baba Yaga's dancing hut has strode off out of sight. Matthias has been swallowed, drove off in his Ford Pinto, in her Ford Pinto. She strode off.
You just mispronounced drove.
Strode off. And as soon as this eerie quiet suddenly is shattered by the faint sound of music. The same soundtrack that you had heard on your journey here sails over the still air. As a bit of normalcy, at least as you remember it, returns as the last bit. Oh, thank you, Rhyme45, for the tip.
Thank you.
I wish that I could see what it said.
Yeah, can we read it?
It says something getting a hut of her own.
I'll pull it up.
We'll pull it.
Thank you.
Producer Rick will pull it up. And you look up and you see that same glowing, vibrating, gyrating voodoo moon hanging low in the sky, and you see the darkness out ahead. You remember that there had been very few towns lingering as you made your way to where the riverboat had been. The final gurgling and bubbling of water as the riverboat is fully swallowed up by the swamp disappears behind you. Stillness returns. Just the faint sound of brass music around you. And Matthias, your party of 5 temporarily, now back down to 4. What are you all doing?
Also, he pumped into me multiple times at the end. What kind of health did he give me?
I thought he said
Because
30.
That's what I thought. Too.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure.
But I
Okay.
don't.
Because I'm still showing death saves, so I figured I should change that.
You probably should.
Rhyme said to fund Sylvie getting a mobile hut of her very own.
Ooh.
Aww. I would love one. I need one.
The music. Well, I guess the players are pretty quiet here. You know what? I'm gonna
Oh, is music too loud again?
Yeah.
Apologies.
Well, so
I'm not used to this.
Our
this-
audio's all fucked, so apologize. I apologize.
Apologize.
As they say.
Apologize.
Continue. I'll work on it.
Oh, Sylvie had also been handed a strange chicken leg relic that had been used to draw your blood and then used to drip the blood into the chalice.
Sylvia, are you all right?
No, but I'll get my revenge. This leg stinks. I like it.
And I put it in my pack.
Are you sure you should?
That's quite a reveal we just had. I mean,
What is?
well,
Are you serious?
What
everything that just happened.
What, did I have a nip slip? What revealed?
You seemed pretty upset not even less than 30 seconds ago.
Well, having your husband leave you is really difficult, and, I hardened up the last time, and I don't want to talk about it. Titania still loves me.
Oh, all right.
That's right.
I think that the first order of business is we need to get the hell out of the Shadowfell, but I don't see us doing it while we're wounded, and quite frankly, I need to rest. I don't know about the rest of you, and
Okay, well, I don't want to listen to you talk right now. So if the only way that I can listen to myself talk is to talk about this, then I will talk about it. No, I'm not okay. I don't like the fact that she's a hag and that she tricked me. And I do think Titania knows who I am because I have been talked about throughout the entire Feywild and they know me!
That's right, and that could be true. We don't know
Wow, this really does work.
what does work.
Talking about super creepy shit that just happened makes me the center of attention.
Well, so my
Wow.
point, my point is that we don't know if what she said was true. She might have just been tricking us.
right?
We don't even know what are the properties of that thing she gave you.
Oh, I don't know.
All
Then
of this has been
reach it out and
extremely
look at it.
underhanded.
It seems to be humming in magic, and we'll just say you enjoy a short rest, because why not? And I...
You didn't print it for me, Mike?
I tried to. My printer's all fucked, so... I tried.
Just add it to the list of fucked shit.
Yeah.
Should we throw a dick on the map that's titled "Shit That's Fucked Up Tonight" and listed in the? Dick?
Yeah, no,
You should
it's
see the masking tape holding up the
Yeah.
DM camera
It's
tonight.
good.
I mean, you
It's
could
good.
show it.
I could show it, but I don't know.
Something would break if we
I
did.
will send it. I will print it out as well. But it's the bony leg.
Okay.
Wondrous
Ew.
item.
Like as in the bony.
The bony leg.
Not Shea bony.
No, just the bone.
The bony leg.
It's the one and only.
It's the bony leg. Wondrous item. Very rare. This chicken leg trinket has 4 charges, 1 for each of the gnarled talons. While holding this item, you may use an action to pierce the flesh of a dead humanoid and cast either Revivify for 1 charge or Raise Dead for 2 charges. This trinket does not regain charges.
So it's like a one-time use, or a couple-time use item, and that's it, Dunzo.
Wow. Hold on. Do you mind if, just as we sail back, can I just look at it for like 11 minutes?
Why 11?
I'd like to cast Identify to make sure it's not cursed.
Seems very specific. 11 minutes.
11
To be quite
minutes.
honest with you, I don't really care if it's cursed.
Well, and she's already
Alright.
touched it, to be fair.
No, I know, but-
literally,
Not that Vandross knows
you
anything
didn't
about
look,
curses.
but I put it in my mouth for 3 seconds.
Whoa.
Is that the 3-second rule? Or
choice, odd
it's the
choice.
10-second rule, and so you're fine.
What do you mean?
I mean, no, just alright. If you,
It's salty, in case anyone was wondering.
I wasn't, but now I'm thinking about it. It's all
Do you
I
want
can
it?
think
Do you
about.
want to lick it?
I don't. Not even a little bit.
I don't think it
Are you
will help
sure?
her. Do you want to
Very
lick
sure.
It doesn't remind you of anyone?
it? Yeah. Do you want to fondle my foot?
No, I'm
You
good,
might
thank
want to
you.
get the practice in.
No,
The
just imagine
skin.
if it had like a little dangly bit just
Yeah,
above
because
here.
the dangly bit's
Would you-
about
what
the
would you do
same
then?
texture as the foot flesh.
I would do what I had to do to save the world. I hope you understand that.
hey, the
Yeah,
lad's got vision.
here. You can do that thing, but if you break it, then I don't know. I guess you don't have it anymore.
I don't plan to. You can hold it. Let me just cast it over. If you don't.
No, it's okay. You can hold it. It's
All
kind
right.
of moist.
So do we all understand what it does
Is that
now?
from you? Or is it
Has
I think that's what
Sylvie,
you
have you explained to us what it does, or are you keeping that information yourself? Okay, so my understanding is that if one of us were to shuffle off our mortal coil, this
Yeah.
would potentially bring us back from the
I
dead.
mean, yeah, I'd have to want to, but your arm is at
Have
stake,
to
so
want
it
to.
wouldn't work for you. Annulin, it depends on the things she said to me that day, really. Because I have a barometer here, and I open up my book of grudges, and I have like a little slidey thing where you can see I've scratched it out. So on this day, she was really in the negative on the friendship, but she has made her way up. She's about middle grade right now.
Does it
So
look
it
like
really
one of those pain scales where it's like really
Yes.
really happy?
It does look exactly like that. So, it really depends on there. And with Rodak, no, never.
Do we have any concern about potentially being brought back to life by something that a hag gave us?
Yes,
Well, that's why I'd like to look at it.
of course we have concern about that.
All right.
What kind of question is that?
Well, we're on an island, right?
Yeah.
I'll prepare the boat.
I can say that if I ever die, I'd prefer to just be let go instead
Well,
of coming back.
I mean, luckily that's not your choice when you're dead is the thing, because you're dead, so you can't tell me what to do. Hold on, and I open my book and I'm going to move it towards the happy, and I'm going to write a little note. If she dies, no matter how mad you are, bring her back because she doesn't want it.
So, I know with certain types of resurrection.
No, she has to be able to choose.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
so there aren't.
So I could use the thing on her, but if her soul doesn't want to come
Okay,
back,
okay.
she can literally
And that's
message
for
Mike
all
and
resurrection
say,
spells?
yes,
Yes.
my soul
Okay.
will not come back.
Okay.
So it's still a player's choice.
Got it.
Whether their character is
Okay.
resurrected or not.
This is out of character. When you're resurrected, what are you? Are you just back alive?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good. You are golden grams.
We
Do you
So
remember
there are-
dying and being dead?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
you-
Crimmy talks about it all the time. He
Okay.
won't let us forget it.
So if you revivify does not restore any missing limbs.
Yeah.
If you get your
So
arm
if
Right.
Sylvie cuts your limb off after you
While
die
I'm dead.
and then revivifies you, you don't have a limb.
Please don't change this. Don't bring me back and have me be like a lefty. That would be awful. I'd be very upset. Vandross would then be like, Vandross would turn to Rodak and be like, send me back.
and you have that weirdly too long golden hand. Clearly,
We are so off topic.
Oscar Wilde,
While they're
a little
chatting,
too long.
I'm going to close one eye, lean over, put my rapier in the dirt, and use it as a cane and say, "Fucking boat!"
Oh, husband? Oh, no, never mind.
And it lands and it ripples.
I'm sorry, I can't summon the boat unless I really summon the Matthias within me, if you know what I'm saying.
That's okay. All night long, I'm going to be summoning the Matthias within me. Oh.
I totally set her up for that. I'm gonna get in the boat. I'm gonna get in the boat and just kick back and wait. I'm not in a rush. I might even pull out the bottle of Orpheus's fine liquor and take a nip and see if anybody else wants it.
I'm gonna jump in the boat and sit
Why
there
can't I
too.
drink? This is one's lasting a while.
this like 15th bottle.
I'm savoring it.
I'm gonna jump in the boat with them, but with no motion to lead.
Well, no, that, I don't know what to do about this, but this is how I feel. That there is nothing we can do about it right now. And no amount of anger or distrust or self-loathing that I may have for myself for being duped by a disgusting old hag is a reason to allow us to get stuck back in the Shadowfell. And the only way that Titania is ever going to love me now is if I kill her and do it in the honor of Titania.
Whoa.
So, I think that just having a plan is going to be the best thing that we can do to get ourselves out of this situation and make someone love you.
I like where your head's at. Do you have any initial groundwork for this plan? Have you thought of anything?
Well, I think that we should probably go back to the weird city where we played all those games and drank a lot of rum and Matthias and I got married.
Sure.
And maybe see if we can find my mom Brigitte now that she's a widow. Too! I'm also a widow, because he's in the 9th house. Oh my god, we're widows! We can have a widow party!
Is there any chance that our lives would be in danger by going back to this
yes!
city? I don't want to be murdered on sight by a death lord.
I mean, we saved the Loa from being polymorphed into these creatures.
But she's allegedly working with Baba Yaga.
Oh, I don't want to have a widow party with her. Oh!
We don't know the details. Perhaps she didn't know the connection between Sylvie and...
I bet she knew.
Well,
that
we don't know.
Sneaky chicken.
Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She certainly helped us.
I don't even have anything in my pack called the benefit of the doubt. How can I give her something I don't have?
Now, when you're all ready, I'll be ready to row this boat, but no rush.
Could you please proceed, lad?
I'll jump on the other side
right?
and just help
Are
us
you
out
all right?
going.
No, I'm fine. I'm more worried about you guys. That was very emotional for me, but I handled it swiftly and with grace.
Good. And again, like I said, we don't know. We don't know what's true. We don't.
Agreed.
She might be playing. We've been played like a fiddle for the last 3 weeks.
That's true.
Well,
And this could just be just the next time.
yeah, well.
So perhaps I'll
Great.
Great. I don't know.
let
what
me
that
learn
means.
some.
You guys had your cards out when
okay.
we
We were
ended the
looking
session.
That's right.
When we ended the session.
I'll begin to row with
As
him
we
on
row, I'd like to take the old stanky leg or whatever it's called.
Is that what it's called now? Don't ever revive me with that.
I'm going to cast
Hard
Identify
pass,
as a
thank you.
ritual over it.
How does identify work?
So if it's a magic item or some other magical imbued object, I learn its properties, how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it has, if any. I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, I learn which spell created it.
You learn everything that I read off of the card. It does not seem to be cursed in any way. It has.
Wait, he's not evil.
You get. you get the sense.
That will be the death of Evangelist, I promise.
You're very much familiar with. Well, you're not very much. You are recently more familiar now with the kind of magic that is usually used to bring people back from the dead, the divine magic. This seems to be a bit darker. It seems to be fey-touched. It seems to be not kind of the warm, fuzzy, celestial
I'm not
vibe.
getting like a Ganji vibe from
You're not getting a Ganji vibe from it. You're not getting a Moradin vibe from it. It is clearly a hag relic. But it does seem to do what it says on the tin.
Okay, so I don't get any kind of funny business where, like, if we were to be resurrected, we'd be some, like, puppet as well.
No.
Okay.
No.
Got it. I mean, it seems to work like you said. And I'll pass it back.
Did you like how moist it was? I think it feels interesting on my warm hands.
I think it's certainly useful.
Did you spit on it?
No.
Oh, you should. That's good luck. Thanks. You're really stupid. There's no rule that says you should spit on a severed chicken leg.
Well,
Put it in my bag.
Evangelist is rowing, he looks at her shoulder and says, "Got him!"
I'm not sure who got who.
Yeah,
what?
now I have your spit, so try hiding from me, dwarf.
I know that I'm maybe overthinking all of this, but what happens if we get back to the city and none of the lower are back to their normal selves? Will we just instantly be ripped to shreds?
I don't think
Depends
so.
how we play it when we get there, I guess.
Yeah, because, I mean, we did watch Baron Samedi get eaten.
That's true.
I say if we get there and she's still a big chicken and everybody else...
You fuck her.
Well...
You chicken fuck that woman, and you hope that that's enough to get us...
Listen. I, as discussed previously, I will do what I have to do to save the world and all of us.
Sorry, mature.
But I'm gonna make that plan like Z.
Oh, do you want to use the severed
No. You keep that to yourself. Thank you.
Okay.
Now, if you have to chicken fuck her, I won't stop you.
I'd
Just
truly
so you
be
know.
impressed, because I really don't even know where you go.
Yeah, do you think you could do
What
it in a
part of the
place where
chicken?
we could watch it?
No.
Are you sure? We would be discreet.
Yes,
She wouldn't
I'm sure.
even know we were there.
No, we don't need... Look.
She would probably like it if you...
I bet.
Again, Plan Z. I've got at least 30 other plans before that.
Vanders, don't listen. I'll cast invisibility on us and we'll just sneak in. Vanders, you can listen again.
I have to be honest, I don't know if that's something I ever want to see in my life, but I appreciate it.
I as well.
You never know when it will come in handy.
What I was gonna say is that maybe if they are still in their unnatural forms, we should just make an excuse and scoot on out of there.
We have
Sure.
to find a way out of the Shadowfell.
Provided we can leave.
Right,
Exactly.
Right, so we need to go, oh, we freed you all. Can you send us back? Can we go back through the Willow?
Alright.
And
Alright. I think that's a reasonable plan to start with.
What's
we
a
even
Wellow?
go
and we
Should- what?
Yeah, wait. I actually like what she said.
Hold on. What?
Elaborate.
No, I don't mean back. I want to go back. I mean to the city. Should we even go back to the city?
Again, quite frankly, I'm pretty banged up here. I'm not feeling in
You're
this.
about to get more banged up the moment you meet that chicken.
We've dealt with a lot of dead things, and that was the coolest. Those were all the coolest dead things we've dealt with.
That's
It's the
true.
least of our worries. We defeated their challenge.
No,
they think we're
The
really cool.
coolest dead things.
They were
liked
really
us.
cool.
They
Well,
were
I drank a lot of
chanting
rum.
all of our names
Nice.
at one point or another.
yeah.
Well, who knows if that stands?
They
They're
called you-
dead. They might have like goldfish memories. Maybe we come back and they don't even recognize us.
What's a goldfish?
It's, you know, the little. The
How much is it worth?
I suspect gold. They're pretty small.
Can they live in a pack?
Probably. I don't know.
I
Goldfish
want
pack
them.
tactics.
Goldfish pack tactics. Attack fish.
I think she meant backpack, not in a physical pack.
I'm so excited.
Definitely not them.
No, you already said yes. When I find some, I will put them right here.
I'm gonna say a little prayer to all the goldfish that are gonna die because of that comment.
I'm sorry.
No, but I do think that Amulet has a point. Because if they have, like, really poor memories, and we show up and they're like, ooh, who are these alive things? And we don't even have the whole, we're going to kill Baron Samedi thing going for us this time. What do we have?
I just don't know what kind of dangers lurk around the Shadowfell, especially now that Samedi doesn't have any kind of control over this area. I don't know if it's a naturally dangerous place. It certainly doesn't look like somewhere mortals would want to go for a stroll, which we still currently are. I just think we might want to take refuge and get some rest and make sure that we get out of here in the right way.
We've
I
been
just
through a
think
lot.
we need to be prepared because the last time we kind of, skated out of there by the skin of our teeth because of, what was the cat guy's name?
Nebo.
Nebo.
I mean,
If we get back there and Nebo's still a cat, we're gonna be in deep shit.
Well, we did what we could.
I don't think he cares about that.
Well, look. As far as I know, we don't have any clear way to get out.
agreed.
We're in the Shadowfell.
What happens if we go stumbling around through the Shadowfell and we find an exit and we end up on some other plane? It's not Avengers.
Oh my god, that's a brilliant idea.
No.
We can end up in the Feywild.
Or we could end up somewhere in the 9 hells and be dead instantly.
Oh my god, then I can see my husband.
I don't know, but I don't know anything anymore.
Do you know? Is that how that works?
No.
I don't.
I mean, no, I don't know.
We're not going to risk it. We
No,
know
this
what
sounds
works.
great. We could go home. We could go to the Feywild. We could go to the 9 hells. I'm thinking that it really pans out for me any of those ways.
A few miles from here, we know that there's an inn that we successfully slept at and didn't die, regardless of the state of anyone else.
But you also don't know how long it takes of us, our mortal bodies being down here before we do die.
Is that a thing?
I don't think. Is that a thing?
Is that how that works?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. It was a thought that I had. I mean, just think about it. This is a place of death. It's gotta rub off on you in some way. It's not like mortals can just wander around here all the time and expect death not to be inevitable, right? I think every second we're here, we're pushing our luck.
I'm gonna like poke at my skin. Do I feel rotty at all?
Make a medicine check.
No, I don't care for that.
I want to use, do I see her doing this?
Yeah.
I'm going to make minor illusion to make it look like her skin's starting to, like,
Disadvantage.
pock up and, like,
Not mine.
my fault! It's not his! It's mine!
So remember your roll.
18. 15. That's not bad. So 18 total.
18, despite the...
My deception, Mike. I've got a high deception.
yeah, roll deception, why
I'm
not?
gonna roll deception for this.
I will remember this.
She sees it for what it is.
Sylvie is not very discreet. You look at your arm, and it looks like the zombie from Plants vs. Zombies. It's like goofily cartoonish.
But I am not discreet at all.
Like,
I'm
with,
sitting
like, a
there going
crown
like
drawing of,
this.
Yeah, it looks really just awful. Like it's done with like crayon, and it's still all grayscale. And you ignore it, and you feel yourself. You feel like you're kind of just checking all over. You don't feel like you're rotting, but it does feel like there's a little bit that the weight of being on this plane. You remember it affected your minds, and you do feel kind of the gravity of the battle that you just did hit you, and it does feel like it's taking a slow toll on you.
I can feel it.
What?
I'm dying.
Hold on. Now
I don't have time.
Now hold on.
Okay. My only argument, and this is the last thing I'll say before we take a vote, if we go back to the village, the fastest way we get out is with a guide, as opposed to us stumbling around forever lost in this Shadowfell. So that's my only vote. If we go back to where we know that there is some form of civilization, they can just lead us out.
As we're going, does the way that we're traveling look the same as it did when we were on our way there?
I would say, who is guiding the boat?
I mean, we're
I'm gonna say
rowing.
I'm guiding because
Okay.
I have
Make a survival check.
swamp.
Yeah,
Because I was swamp.
Swamp is
make a
preferred
survival check.
area. So hold on, do I get advantage?
However that works with favored terrain, yeah.
Do we see any shadows?
Oh,
Somebody's shadows.
make a perception check.
The ones that we had the lavender oil for.
Is
Yeah.
it an int? Because it'll be, hold on, your proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make an int or whiz check related to it.
This is a whiz check,
Sure.
so it's doubled. So you add an extra, so add it and then add an extra 4.
You guys are high level.
An extra 4.
Yeah.
Why 4? I've got, my wisdom modifier is 3, so add 6.
Add 8. Because
So you're proficient, which is you add 4, because our proficiency is 4 for everything we're proficient in. Then you double your proficiency, you add an extra 4. So you add, so
Well, I'm not
normally it's
proficient in
8,
wisdom.
but you're proficient in
survival. Maybe you're not proficient in survival.
you should
I am.
be.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So it's a survival check, and you add an extra 4.
17 plus 7 is something plus 4. 17 plus 7 plus 4.
Okay, so yeah. So
Many,
you
lot.
many points.
you are able to guide
Many ways.
guide the boat through, and it does seem to.
Is she always like that for survival checks?
When it has to do with
Only when
meeting
it's a
Favorite terrain.
favored terrain.
Okay,
Favorite
gotcha.
terrain.
Thanks.
Or tracking a favorite enemy.
And so you get the sense of you were, even though you were led by Maman Brigitte through the swamp on your way to the Hungry Catfish. You are getting the sense you have some experience studying swamps, and you are able to guide your boat in the opposite direction that you came. It does feel like you're heading towards Bone Macabre. Do you make a perception check, please?
Yeah, it was 14.
14. You look around and you remember seeing these humanoid shadows along the trees and lurking around, very faintly illuminated or projected by the moonlight above. And you now see none of them.
Is the moon still the same color?
Yep, moon is still those same 4 colors, gyrating and dancing as they always have.
All right.
Last call for votes.
Oh, we get a vote now? I thought we were just going.
No, I think
No.
we're just going.
I want to hear what everyone thinks.
We need to go to Bone Macabre and
I think
rest.
we should just leave.
So, all in favor of going to Bone Macabre, raise your hand.
Aye.
All in favor of trying to leave the Shadowfall on our own, getting lost and wasting here and dying, raise your hand.
Well, 3v2.
Wait, hold on. I'm getting something. I reach into my pack and I pull my sending stone. What's that? Oh, yes, of course.
Whatever you're gonna say,
that's-
it doesn't fucking matter.
That's Orpheus. He says that we should go to Bone Macabre and then get the
you
fuck
were
out of
listening
here.
to Orpheus
Well,
now.
the great thing is
He's
that's,
listening to Orpheus now.
that still makes 3v3 because Lumi votes we leave.
Oh, wait, I'm getting another message. It's Seamus. He wants us to get back home by
They're
going
not
to
here,
Bone
they don't
Macabre.
count.
Psst, focus. 2.
Overwhelming
majority.
It's Ratley. Ratley's calling us, and he's
I
saying
like Ratley.
that we should go to Bone Macabre.
Guess what? Shut up! No! It's a tie, okay? So we gotta figure it out.
So how about this? Why don't we go to the town and we'll
Okay,
just send one of us.
You can't just say, "Oh, it's a tie. We'll figure it out," and you start up your next sentence with, "Okay, let's just do what I
Well,
wanted,"
we'll wait
and
on
then
the
figure
entertain.
it out.
Flip
We'll
a coin.
We'll send them
Yeah,
this.
flip a coin. Is that a copper?
I have a quick
That's
question.
like the smallest coin you could have given him.
Hold on.
I didn't want him to steal it. He's sneaky.
He's gonna steal it anyway.
Is this considered a dice? A 2-sided die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want it to be? What side is which?
Heads. Why don't
We
you
head
have
home.
me do it?
Tails. We get fucked in the city, I guess.
Fine. This is Tails.
Yes.
Tails.
Tails.
Alright.
All right. Row us in, lad.
Yes.
I row and I look at Rodek and I go. And I just
say
keep
nothing.
rowing.
And I may have missed something.
I think I did.
So you continue to
Did you
row.
fuck me just now?
Yes, he did.
No, I did.
Yeah, was
No,
it fair?
that was fair, but had it been heads, he would have fucked you.
Yeah, that's
I was preparing to use a lucky die.
Oh. No.
I could.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, it's a
They
die.
make something called a 2-headed die. It's just a coin.
That's
Yeah.
not a legitimate roll, though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a character.
Technically, it is. The Kraken has a little D2, and it's just basically a little coin.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's my die roll, and I will not allow it.
You
Either
handed
way,
it
it
to
was
him.
Tails.
Yeah. Either way. Either way.
But if it comes
So-
up again, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess
So-
I will.
You continue to row
Just
and
let
row.
the roll the die.
And Annulin, you're keeping an eye out, and the swamp. You remember strange formations of the roots and the branches of the trees, and you lead the group through the swamp, avoiding the shallow water. You occasionally see the. With your passive perceptions, you occasionally see the movement of gray flesh beneath the water as you continue to row. And eventually, off in the distance, you see that dancing glow of Bone Macabre. The city gets larger and larger as you approach, and till you, amidst the buildings, to the sprawling streets in the city built on stilts, you see the same vibrant, jovial scene that you saw when you left. Individuals you now know to be skeletons in these strange effigies of bodies made out of bark and moss and vines, glowing alight with moving, glowing masks. as they are partying, they're drinking, they're playing music, they're eating, they're dancing, and there seems to be another big party. You can hear the as you get closer and closer, the shouting and jubilation seems to be even louder.
Question.
Yeah.
Last time we were there, we drank the booze. Did anyone eat any food?
No.
You had a pepper, didn't any of us have pepper?
No. But the booze was potable. I mean, we drank it.
Yeah, it was
We
wrong.
didn't suffer any immediate effects.
Did we see people eating?
Yeah, people were eating these really just decadent foods, super rich meats and sweets and pastries, a lot of peppers and spices and the like.
I'm scared to like eat anything now because
I-
of like the creepy banquet room. I don't want it to be worms.
I agree. I just think we need a hot meal. Anyway, all we'll
I
do
think
is
I'll wait just the same.
we will approach with caution and just make sure we scope out what's going on.
Right.
You can always get back in the boat and leave. Okay? Is that reasonable?
All right.
I think so. Reasonable for me, anyway.
Fine.
So, now, what I'd like to say is that I'll let you take the lead with the former chicken, assuming she's back. Just let me know how you'd like me to support, and I won't say a thing one way or the other. Alright? It's up to you. I won't pressure you to do anything. If you know.
I'm going to do what it takes to get us all out of here safely, just as I would expect
appreciate
all
that.
of you to do to get me out of any situation.
I'm not gonna fuck a chicken.
I would fuck a chicken.
Plan Z! What part of...
At least two of us
I'm
would
just
fuck a
saying,
chicken.
if it comes down to it,
Maybe
I
three.
won't fuck a chicken.
I'm not going to ask...
I would fuck a chicken with you if you needed me to.
How far are we from the dock?
You're probably another 15 minutes.
Oh,
Fuck! Okay! I pick up my pace on rowing, the boat starts to turn a little too far because Daniel's not keeping up pace. Please row faster! We just need to get back to the...
Alright. And also pick up my face.
And so as you approach and get closer and closer, there are shouts of jubilation. They're singing, echoing through the town. The bright, brassy sound of jazz is emanating from the city at a pace that's it's even faster and even more celebratory than when you left. You eventually find a place to dock, and as soon as you step off of the boat and put it back into its small form, and everyone roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding. You start hearing shouts like, "Oh, hey, Sylvie! Hey, Ronak, Vanders, and you guys were amazing!" And like they're getting shouts.
We're back.
Hi!
hello.
You gonna drink some more rum? Yeah, put some more.
I would love some.
Oh, don't lose a finger.
Hey, it's a little mangled, but it's still intact. And I show him the scar I've got on my finger.
And you, as you're approaching, they're all giving you high fives and they're shaking your hand as you're making your way through. And one of the ladies with a large hat on top, almost covering her masked face, she's like, "Oh, honey, you were the best dance. Those are the best dance moves I ever saw." And
Thanks. They were the best dance moves I ever did.
I believe it. I mean, no one outdances the Dancing Dead, and you somehow did it, honey. Amazing.
Yeah.
And then
The dancing Dan. That was his name?
Yeah, he's a Dan, sir. Duh.
You went after I did, right? I don't remember much after that.
Yeah, and then
I don't think I married you at some point.
Yes.
Nobody stopped me. Anyway,
It's a
and
good thing.
I'll have some rum, please.
and someone, one of a very large of these looming creatures looks, and it seemed to be at least of a male shape. The mask is huge and square shaped, very small face, however, on it. It looks down and it says like, "You wrote frogs really good."
I really like frogs.
So do I.
Walking.
And you keep walking.
Is that what you said?
Can you roll for intercourse?
Hey, Freely Jane.
Hey, guys,
Table flop. How's it going? Welcome.
And mayo.
Oh, hey.
Whatever. It's just,
And he's like, and you can see his face starts to turn as he looks at you, and he says, "My name's Gregory."
And I'll just keep walking.
And you and his face lingers on you as you make your way through the town, and immediately you don't make it more than 200 feet in before everyone needs to roll for initiative. No, I'm kidding.
Stop it!
Okay, that's the last time I'm doing that.
Annulin is the girl who's like, oh man, I wish I could find a guy like this. And then Greg's like, hey, and she's like, no, he's like, I'm literally the guy from the Frog
That's exactly right.
And
100%.
it's not long. You don't make it 200, 500 feet before glasses of rum are all just shoved into your hands. You can feel the clink of the skeletal bony fingers gripping these glasses as they're covered by moss and bark.
Then it's time for me to switch beverages. I was gonna say I don't have any more of those slugs. I lost the ones Matthias gave me.
What do you mean you lost them?
I lost them.
They're giving us
Do you
rum for
mean
free.
you spent them somewhere?
No, I gave them away, and I don't want to talk about it.
Whom?
Probably those hookers that he met down at the Bush Pavilion.
Well, now that it's out, how was it?
I told you we weren't gonna go there, and I told Matthias not to go there, but then Matthias said that
Well,
he was
they're
kind of
married.
interested anyway.
It's like husband-wife confidentiality laws.
Anyway, the point is,
And then
as
it's
long as this is
still
on their
beats
tab, I'm fine with it, but I just
Yeah.
don't have any currency.
Why are you worried about it, Annulin? Are you trying to invite him into your Mercandra? Yeah.
God, no.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, he sees hookers all the time.
No, they're called bathhouses.
That's what he calls them because he doesn't want you to know. But he snuck
Bath
out one time, and he was
houses.
having a lot more fun than you'd have taking a bath.
Says you.
Well, not a lot more fun than I have taking a bath, but a lot more fun than
Says
you
you.
would have taking a bath.
No.
Well, that aside.
Are these on the house?
Yeah, of course. You guys saved the city.
We did.
We did!
Do you
Yeah.
know where Mama Brigitte is?
And Nebo.
Yeah.
And that turtle guy. What was his
But
name?
hopefully not a turtle guy any longer.
Well, Lento's off fishing, but no, I guess my name's Peanut, by the way.
Peanut!
Peanut, that's
right. Oh,
That's my name. He's
family name?
a little short guy.
Thank you for the rum, Peanut.
No, this is on the house. Mom and Brigitte told us the whole story.
Liquid from Peanut is my favorite flavor.
What?
Well, this rum right here is the Peanut Special. It's an old family recipe.
I gotta go.
Banter spits the rum out all
I
over the
am
floor.
gonna make a drink.
It is a little musky.
It's the muskiest. The secret is a Shadowfell muskrat venom.
Oh.
It all cooks out.
Why do we let Mike be emperor?
Is it good?
It's very musky, but it's spicy and it's delicious. It seems the sense that you've gotten is that all of the oh hey, thanks for the cheers.
Go.
Cheers for the bus.
That there's this musky, but all of these rums that you've tasted at Bon Macabre and really in all of Gede has been very spicy. It all seems to have these elements of these peppers that these undead seem to have.
Well, we're not modest. Why don't you tell us the story that Mama Brigitte told you?
Oh, she just telling that Baron Samedi was gonna get us all killed and well, killed again, get actually destroyed, and the Raven Queen was gonna come stomp out a whole swamp.
That's right, Oblivion. She's going
Yeah.
to send you all to Oblivion, and now that won't happen anymore.
Then that's what she said was gonna happen. Now she ain't no chicken no more. That's for sure.
Can I ask
Wait,
you?
wait, she's not.
No,
You're sure?
She's back to her old fighting spirit, red hair and all.
Besides the voice, how will we... Red hair? Is she the only one with red hair?
Randall's red hair.
Stop.
Well, I mean it's orange hair, but it's
Still have her waddle?
What's a waddle?
That flashy, jingly thing from the bottom of her throat.
Oh, I thought it was a part of a muskrat for a second. No, she ain't got no waddle.
Oh no, Vandress. I'm sorry.
I suppose she's lost her appeal now.
The condolences is accepted.
Now, Peanut, could I ask you a favor?
What do you need, friend?
Could you just make sure, put in a good word, let people know that you've seen us, that we're here. If you could maybe let the inn know and have our rooms ready for when we get there.
Let them know we're safe and that we were happy to do what we did for you.
And that we saved the city and...
That would be an honor. The rooms are on me. And he pulls out a big bucket of slugs and he starts rooting around with his
if you wanted to
his
use
barky
the phrase,
hands.
Heroes of the Shadowfell, I wouldn't be opposed.
And I'll do what I can. I'll spread the word. And
maybe even just Heroes of Bone Macabre.
Yeah, do you like scary stories?
I love scary stories. I'm a skeleton.
Do you know any scary stories?
Oh, I do.
Do you know who Baba Yaga is?
Who?
Cool. Can you tell me a scary story about not Baba Yaga?
Yeah. I died one time. I got real sick.
Oh my god, that was terrifying.
And then, man, suddenly I had my thoughts again.
That's awful.
I had my thoughts again suddenly. And then I looked around and I saw water. And it was dark. And I heard music. And then I was in muck. And then when I looked over and I looked in the swamp, I saw a reflection, and then I saw a skeleton.
Oh.
And then I learned that the whole time there was a skeleton inside of me.
The beginning was much scarier, but it was still a good try. Yay!
I'm gonna need a refill, Peanut.
He hands you a refill.
Thanks, buddy.
And he pours out of his own. He has a cask on his side. He taps it and does another refill for all of you guys. And he says,
Did you know that sometimes dogs lick your face because there are bones in them?
Oh, I've heard about that.
And you're just trying to get to the bones.
They know that there are bones in your face. So that's
I
why
never
they-
liked dogs. No, I'm gonna go to the inn.
That was a horrible story.
Just ask for the room on Big Peanut's tab.
Big Peanut.
Big Peanut.
Oh, it's like ironic because you're like a wee
Because
lad.
you're a little peanut.
No, I mean I got that nickname at my rounds in the brothels. Goodbye.
Bit delusional, that one.
And he does a little jig and he clicks his heels and he scampers off.
What a strange fellow.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a good choice coming here.
Should we head into the square and just see if maybe we could get
Not
some
as bad as I
food?
thought it was gonna be.
I'm pretty hungry. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I need some sustenance.
I
You
think
want to eat stuff?
We've been drinking the rum. I don't see the problem.
now we haven't had a good warm meal together as a family.
You know,
I'm afraid
I
a
get
warm
getting away from
salivating
me.
just thinking
Getting
about
away
it.
from me.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, alcohol's made by leaving things out to rot and ferment, but that's not really like the way I like to eat my salmon. So I'm gonna say I probably don't want to eat the dead food, you know?
Can
I
we at
don't
least
want a
try
warm
it?
meal to be a worm meal, you know?
Yeah,
Touche.
that was a really good way to
Touche.
put it.
Hey, well,
I'm willing to at least check it out.
Okay. But
No,
you
no
guys
pressure.
eat stuff first, and I'll see how you like
As
it.
we said before, we wouldn't pressure any of us to do anything that we didn't want to
Oh,
do.
I never said that.
We all
I
agreed.
did.
No,
I don't
we
know.
agreed to that.
You specifically said that you wouldn't.
I said I wouldn't fuck a chicken to save you.
Food time?
Food time.
And I said I would fuck a chicken with you.
I'll remember.
We're
It's
all
a fair
friends here.
compromise.
It's
Yeah.
teamwork.
At least you know at least half of the girls are with you.
Well, if we're not gonna make it out of the
Good
Shadowfell
odds.
alive, I've had the booze, I'm gonna try it.
We're making it out of here. Alive.
I'm just preparing. Look, if we gotta go, this really isn't the worst place in the world. I'm just gonna say it.
Well,
Look, we were all thinking it.
No. I'm not going to go anywhere.
Oh, just me?
Look, I'm not thinking about that right now. We're going to get back. We're not thinking
I'm
about
gonna die
just...
here.
Me neither.
You might already be dead.
No, look, I'm not
And then
scared.
I'm gonna lean up against the wall, and I'm gonna minor illusion myself to look like I'm wearing all like black and somber colors, and I've got like big glasses on, and a little tiny cigar and a beret.
You might all be dead here.
Wow. I have to say that's an aesthetic that in another world I might find very pleasing, appealing.
You're already black and white. It's very
It
fitting.
would be really cool if I hadn't forgotten to cover my butt crack.
And then I let the minor illusion fade.
You do that.
I have to say, one day I hope that becomes a thing. The fashion. It's nice.
Yeah. I don't know, it just popped into my head.
Anyway.
Food tag.
You know, I heard that there are warlocks, you know, that have patrons in the Shadowfell, and now that I have a patron I don't like, maybe I'll take one from the Shadowfell. Can I do that? Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you seemed before to be pretty serious about pacts in general, that you weren't to break them.
Yeah, but that was because I love Titania. I don't think she ever told me I actually had.
Now, we don't know if she still might be our patron. For all we know.
But I don't know how to ask.
Don't do anything hasty. This is, I guess, the point that Rodek is trying
I
to
don't
make.
have that spell. I've heard of it, but I don't have it.
Right. Should we head to the square?
Alright, let's go.
Are you going to the square or to food?
I was going to go to the square. I assumed
Okay.
that we, just based on the order of things that happened, we would go through the square before we got to where we originally docked, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to check things out as we moseyed on through the city towards
Keeping an
the
eye
inn and
out
all that
for
thing. Yeah.
red-haired
Looking
woman.
for Maman Brigitte or even someone who might be Nebo.
Okay, so you make your way through the town, and all of the citizens of Bone Macabre, of all shapes and sizes, are cheering, welcoming you, incredibly excited. They are not just thrilled with the story allegedly that you saved all of Gede from the Raven Queen, but that you also they were so impressed by your competitions and your performance in the trials. And
Sorry.
and you as you make your way, you get to the square and you see that there's a huge ring.
One might say we're making our way downtown.
You're making your way downtown.
Thank you, Evie.
You're making your way downtown. And
Walking fast.
you see the
Faces
large
Pass.
square. Faces Pass, yeah, exactly right. All of that. The whole
And
song.
we're homebound!
I just came.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Gotta give it up.
Gotta
Gotta
give
give
it
it up. Gotta give it up.
Gotta
Mikey
give it
is so sick of our shit already.
He's really sick. You have to realize we've come off of some really heinous shit.
No, I'm actually very happy with this.
Okay, good.
I'm
You have
actually
to
very-
expect a session where we're literally just
No.
all over the
Move
place.
to it.
I had
Yeah.
counted on it. I had counted on it. I'm just I'm very happy. This is my happy face,
That's
ladies
the
and
way the
gentlemen.
DM says, I didn't prep enough for you to be serious about this.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And tonal shifts is good for narrative structure. Anyway,
He says, as he wipes sweat from his brow.
they must never know. Anyways, you see a huge circle, ring that is crowding around an empty space in the circle. You see a massive, more than 20-piece jazz band of all of these shambling skeletons with their masks. And however, you see at the very top standing on a tall pillar behind the benches where this band is playing, you see a thin man in a black riding coat with this dark look to him, with deep purples glowing and accenting, very short dark hair, and you see that there is a cloth wrapped around his head, and you can see the short hair just very, very lightly coming out, and he is playing a trumpet, and the whole band is going wild, and you see that his eyes are glowing with that flash of green that you had seen glow from the cat eyes of Nebo.
Oh.
And you then see what everyone is circling around watching as the music plays. You see a number of these dancing skeletons in their mossy visages. However, you see a flash of glowing orange, glowing from the center of this circle, dancing around. You see, as you get closer and closer, the form of a woman, tall, incredibly shapely, in almost a black wedding gown, a veil over her head, very pale, almost corpse-like face, as she dances, and you can see that although, yes, literally, as she's dancing, this massive mane of curly hair. Normally, you could see it would probably be in that same grayscale the Shadowfell. However, just emanating, radiating with that fluorescent orange neon light as she's dancing, and she's cutting a rug with every single person in the crowd, just going completely nuts, and everyone is celebrating. They're all raising glasses, bottles, mugs. Everyone is pouring back the booze, and they're all just dancing in the crowd, and everyone has a massive smile on their masked faces.
Where are we again? Are we?
You're approaching this massive circle that seems to be observing.
Do we get the sense that we know who these two individuals that you have described in excruciating detail are?
Yes.
It's Nebo.
Nebo is playing the trombone.
So we're able to tell. We get
I would
the
say
idea.
it's very easy to tell
humanoids.
that they both kind of. You remember that Baron Samedi had a very skeletal face, very sunken in, but not unattractive, and it seems to be the case also with Nebo as well. His face is painted in a similar skull style, but in a different pattern. And then you see that Maman Brigitte's face is also painted, but less skeletal and more of a corpse, a more recently deceased corpse.
So they have like fleshy human faces.
Yes.
But they're painted
They're
like
painted.
a skeleton
Yes.
or a corpse. Okay.
I guess we wait to see what happens with the music. This is fantastic. Do we want to speak with Nebo and Maman Brigitte?
Thank you for the follow, Nighthawk Gaming. Thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the follow. I'll change the music. I apologize.
I was just going to wait until she was done and then
There we
speak
go.
with her.
You could fondle her veil.
Perhaps they'll join us for a meal.
I know you like jiggling flesh sacks, but it's the closest you're gonna get.
I don't know. I'm just, you know.
Literally just the
It's just one of those days. God damn it! It's one of those days.
Does it seem like there's going to be a break in the music, or are they just like?
They're going wild. You get the sense that they'll probably be here for a while, so if you wanted to grab a meal, they'd probably still be out here partying. But if you wanted to kind of wait in between a song, but it seems like the partying is going pretty nuts.
Rhoda, it seems like they might not be interested in catching dinner.
Well,
I think it's important we speak to them.
I agree.
So fuck up and dance with her.
Fine.
Get in there! Oh!
Ah! And
Shove him in.
I'll head out and I'll start to dance through the crowd towards Maman Brigitte.
Okay, so you do that. Make a performance check.
Oh boy. Performance is
I'm gonna start using a minor illusion to make like little fireworks of hearts
Okay.
above his head.
I do roll it at advantage.
Oh, thank God. 18.
18. So you dance around and you make your way through the crowd as you push through. A number of these female skeletons grab you and are spinning you around, and they're all kicking their legs out, going totally nuts. They're the strange clothing that they have of the moss and bark and vine is falling off of them. They're looking at you very lustily, almost blushing on their masks, as they all seem to be somehow, despite being undead, they seem to be very intoxicated, and they all just like, oh hey, hot stuff, as they're all dancing with you, and you see Vandris. You haven't seen him dance too often, if at all, and he's actually doing a pretty darn good job. The jazzy style seemingly lending well to his tall and lanky body, and he's managed to get your way closer and closer, and then as you spin around, you see through the veil the human form, or the Loa form of Maman Brigitte, her eyes glowing with this bright pink, her hair just absolutely radiating with orange light, and more of this voodoo light just accenting her. And you see her tall shapeliness as her eyes lock with you. And she shouts out, it's like, there's my tool, man! And she is gonna immediately dance over to you, and she yanks your arm and immediately pulls you into a dance.
As she approaches, I'm going to shout, in a loud voice so that she can hear me over the music. I'm going to say, is there a doctor in this city? Because I seem to be deficient in vitamin U. And I'm going to use panache.
Yes. Thank you for the follow, Fruki.
Thank you, Fruki.
Oh my god,
Thank
Fruki
you.
Gang.
No, Grooky Gang.
Grooky Gang.
Oh, we are Grooky Gang.
Close.
here,
Thank
though.
you, the Arison or Rose,
Oh,
however
yeah.
you say that. They
Fee
are at
Furiosa, let us know how you say it.
DM Brett.
Oh.
And
So
they're able to hang out with us.
We have a
thank
DM
you.
Brett, and we also have a DM Bert. So it's very similar.
We're collecting DMs.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for
New
hanging out with
accent.
us. We appreciate it.
Oh, Fruki is the African's wife.
Oh my
Oh,
Welcome.
hey, gang.
We're the Fruki Gang.
The Fruki Gang.
That's amazing.
And she looks at you. Her eyes narrow. You see that the pink glow is highlighting her painted face as her plump lips kind of peel back into a smile, and she gives you a little bit of a chuckle. Shut up and dance! And she pulls you in and leads you in the most exhausting, virile, violent, sexual jazz dancing that you would have ever seen.
I'm
As
going to need a cigarette.
her hands are all over you, and she's like, "Where's my little Sylvie, my little chicken nuggets?"
Well, I say, she's out there. We can spot her as we're dancing. I'm scanning the crowd.
And I'm doing interpretive dance off to the corner.
And
I'm just tapping my foot like around the ring on the outside, just whistling.
so Rodek is that awkward guy.
Wallflower.
And thanks for the sub.
The
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
give me 10 gift
the
subs in the
African
channel
lady.
now.
You are the
You
top
are
gifter.
100%
Top gifter.
I meant to tell you.
Thank you.
Top
You are the
gifter.
top
Thank you very
gifter.
much.
There you go.
Very generous.
Aw, that's
Uh,
so sweet.
And as you see Sylvie, as you are just dancing, her hands are all over you. You see that she has long nails that are all glowing with the 4 various colors, and they all are dancing around and changing as she grabs you and leads you in a dance, and she never stops and misses a beat. As she then, Sylvie, I need you to make I would say you would not even see this coming, as you feel a feminine hand yank you and pull you into the dance floor, and it's like, there you are! You did it! As she's dancing and spinning around.
You look hot with and without a waddle.
Oh, I missed. They may not be as the chicken breasts, be as big as the chicken breasts, but I miss these. And she
I
grabs
don't
her
notice
tits.
any difference.
And I just motorboat her.
She laughs and she pulls you up and she's like, see, how come you don't have this kind of spirit? And she holds your face into it.
I was
and
raised
she
a
shakes
gentleman.
it.
Just give him a bath and he changes his tune in an instant.
Honey, you're in the wrong place to be a gentleman. As
All right then, and I motorboat her.
and she hits both your hands and just you're motorboating the shit out of her.
As they say, when in the Shadowfell.
What happens?
Do as the Shadowfellians do.
And you both do that. And
And I high five Vandris after.
That's my boy.
That old bastard Samity wouldn't last long against you lot! And she continues dancing. And what are you guys doing?
I guess we'll just keep enjoying the party, but I'll mention, and if Sylvie wants to join in, to say that we would be interested in getting dinner with her and Nebo, if he wants to, but most importantly her.
Whoever would like to make a persuasion check, do it at advantage.
You're panaching. I think that counts, right?
30.
30, okay. So you were all dancing for a while, and because it's both of you, and she says, well, you all owe me a little something special after this harrowing day we've all had.
We do? Oh, you mean like a good old fuck?
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay.
As she scoops you all up and continues to dance, like, well, I still got some more dance in me. You can take a rest. I know you're all alive. I don't blame you. And like, I'll come find you with the chicken bone. It's fitting.
Done and done. I dance back to the crowd towards Rodek.
Oh, no.
Aiden, what are you doing?
I'm bobbing, but that's about all I'm willing to
She's
do.
scanning the crowd for frog guy.
Yeah, Gregory.
Oh, yeah, Gregory.
You're looking for Gregory. You don't see him.
I am not looking for Gregory.
She's like, go fuck yourself.
You do see on the outskirts George and Benjamin, the frogs, the giant frogs. Kind of, they're jumping around, dancing. Everyone's there, and it's just incredibly exciting. And everyone.
It's the end of the arc. Everybody's
It's the end of it. It is the dance scene at the end of the Sony Pictures animated film where everyone it's a dance scene and it's awful and
doesn't
everyone.
matter which Sony animated, or they all end like that.
Yeah.
My favorite Disney movie is Anastasia. Anyway.
Vanders joins and all of you join back together.
Well, she's agreed to meet us at the Chicken Bone. Take that as you will. We should probably head there and get need reservations.
Are you sure that's not a euphemism?
It's probably both.
She said,
How
I'll
are
see you
you
at the
gonna
chicken
take
bone?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
I thought
Pun
she
intended.
I thought she said she was gonna send us a chicken bone.
She said, the chicken bone. Let's ask around town. I'm gonna look for someone who doesn't look like they're partying too hard towards where the chicken bone might be.
You see someone who is partying but not that hard. It's partying like a medium amount.
Moderate party.
Yeah.
And he looks, he's like, hey
Is your child
man,
binge party?
the chicken bone's fucking just down right around the corner there. And he
So
points over.
it's a real establishment.
Chicken bone, of course, everyone
I
eats at the
fucking
chicken.
told you, and I start walking off that way.
I'll follow behind.
You do that. And you all eventually arrive at this huge multi-tier restaurant that has a massive, elaborate soup pot as a sign with various bits of chicken flying in and out of it, illuminated and animated by the voodoo magic. As you see, once again, it's like all the other buildings in Bon Macabre, it just arcs off to the side awkwardly. That doesn't seem like it'd be possible on the prime material plane, but somehow gravity does not bring it down. And you are faced with a huge restaurant, the smells of exotic spices, and it's not too dissimilar to what you are familiar with at Agwe, but turned up to 11. As you just the scents hit you, and you hear the smell of this glistening fatty meats, and just the wafting smell of fresh baked goods and thick soups, and you're welcomed, and you are brought to a table for VIP members. There is actually a personalized 4-piece quartet jazz band that is in a small room for you guys, and you're all sat down. There are a number of chairs open, and you're all sat down, and they say that they'll be providing more food for you, and then it's all on the house. and they immediately bring out a huge bottle of rum. They put it on the table, and there's glasses. You're immediately all poured. You see a very tall, thin waiter that has a little pencil-thin mustache on the mask from his narrow, tall head, and he pours you all some rum, and he zips off, and you're all left to your own devices.
I gotta be honest, I was pretty nervous, but it smells so good in here.
I think that while there may be some negative effects of all of this, we can't pass up the opportunity for a safe night's rest, and like Rhoda said, a hot meal for once.
I agree. And
I don't like being here, but it smells good.
Yeah, I don't like being here either, but
I
this is...
kind of like being here.
This city is the one place of respite. I mean, we went through a lot in the swamp, and I think we're very lucky to have the support of the entire town.
If I gotta go one day, I almost hope they hold a spot for me here. I know. I told Matthias to keep applications open for slaying demons all day long, because that sounds fucking awesome. But this place is a little bit more laid back.
Well, maybe you should be careful that you don't get too comfortable here, or you might not leave.
Oh, come on. We're gonna be fine. They're gonna guide us out of the city and there won't be a single problem. But this rum is fantastic. And I take another drink.
Well, I warned you.
Now,
Nothing to warn about.
Perhaps you could ask Mama and Brigitte how you get here once all is said and done. In however many centuries you have left.
That's a fantastic idea.
Perhaps she could, tether you here so that...
Love transcends many hundreds of years.
Hey, that's what I mean.
Do I get a sense that Vandross is drunk?
Are you drunk?
Yeah, I would say that Vandross is having a really good time.
I would say you're
It's
as drunk
not-
as you'd like to be.
I would say that he's not.
Please.
He's not there yet. He's gonna keep. I mean, elves. It takes a lot to get elves drunk, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a Lord of the Rings thing, but yeah, I mean, you know.
Well, I'm asking you as the DM
I'd like
of
to know
Adventures.
that.
I would say, what's your Constitution score?
That's a better question.
Mine's
Let me
19.
answer your question by asking.
That's pretty
you
good.
a
I
question.
mean,
Yeah,
well,
19. Yeah. So yeah, you're pretty.
My
darn
con is a 14.
sober.
14. So no, yeah, you're pretty drunk.
Okay, I'm definitely tipsy, at best. But I'm enjoying the rum too much. It's too fantastic. Vandross is, he's a partying guy. He's finally able to unwind a little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, should we discuss the events of the last day?
I mean, there's really no reason to lie, right? I mean, they're going to find the remains of Rougarou. It's pretty clear that I think they're aware that somebody brought him here in the first place. Just tell it like it is. I'm certainly not going to speak on Sylvie's behalf for anything that she's gone through in the last 24 hours. I'll leave that up to her. But as far as the fight with Samadi and Rougarou, there's no reason to hold him back, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I'm
All right. Well,
ready to talk about it.
I mean, should
Her
the four
lip
of us
is pouting.
discuss?
It's pouting.
I mean, again, the
I've
words
never seen it so pouty.
will not pass my lips.
'Cause-
Sylvie, do you have something to say?
Reaching max bound.
No, actually, I'm just fine, but I was feeling like I wasn't getting enough attention, and I know pouting works, so
Fair enough.
I was just pouting as much as possible for attention.
I hear the best friendships are based on manipulation.
What?
Exactly.
Who's that?
Correct.
That's a cool name. That's gonna be my rogue name. Manipulation. Flicker Wicked.
That's your rogue name.
Yeah. I Shadow is a rogue. Is that what it's called? Moonlight is a rogue? No, I'm pretty sure it's Shadow is a rogue.
Why don't
Here
you?
it's called Shadow.
Why don't you make it your last name like I did?
Your last name is Manipulation?
It's True Strike.
That's different. That's spelled completely different.
But
There's a T in True Strength.
that is correct. That is technically
Manipulation starts with a B.
correct. There's also a T in manipulation.
No, there's not.
No, I'm pretty sure there's a T in manipulation.
No. It starts with a B.
Anyway,
Is there more rum in that bottle?
I think we all agree that manipulation starts with a B and doesn't have a T. Right?
What?
Oh,
Sure.
fine. Rodek, if you say so, I'm with you.
I mean,
It's spelled B-U-T-T-H-O-L-E.
Well, she certainly got me.
She got you.
She
That's
certainly
good.
got me.
So it has 2 T's.
Yep, not just one.
Oh boy.
So it didn't have 1 T, I suppose. Look, my point is, we saw a horrific, no offense, a lovely haggish woman.
No, horrific.
A horrific
That's
haggish
awful.
woman consume the souls of both Rugurul and Baron Samadi, and we have no clue what the
Steve,
repercussions might be.
It's awful.
Iron teeth.
As much as I may hate all of this, and I may take everything as a joke most of the time, we do need to have an honest conversation about this.
I agree.
Because if you all remember, Sophina, what happened to her, that horrific experience, was because of hags. So it doesn't matter
Right.
that she gave me this deliciously moist and salty chicken foot that has the ability to save my friends. But, ooh, it still had your loogie on it. But, you know, none of that matters because at the end of the day, she's still one of them. And she may have said that they were off doing the business of, I don't know. Oh, I think I'll just call that dark and dreary entity the business. So she was off doing the business of the business. I'm so confused now. Where was I going with this?
Well, she seemed to indicate that those hags were not with her.
Yes, that's what I meant. So they were with the business, but she was not with the business. But
Oh,
that
what
doesn't
do you mean
matter.
by
It's the
this?
business.
No, she means the
The
hunger.
hunger. But I don't want to call
Rules
him
are
that.
below.
I don't want to call him that
Correct.
because sometimes names are powerful. So
Fair.
I'm just going to call him the business.
Okay.
I have a feeling the hunger below is also not
Call
his
him the
real
business.
name. I don't want to call him the business, or he, or they, or what. Call it to the business.
The business
But would
would
you
not
do it
tell.
for me?
Do we know
Hey.
about her at all?
Who?
Like, in lore or anything?
No.
I would say, yeah, I would say probably not.
Okay, cool.
I'm confident St. Vanders, but I have no idea.
Well, what
I don't
do
think Sylvie would have
Sylvie,
any
what
No.
do you know
Okay.
about hags?
Well, it's just what we knows about them, that they make kids not kids anymore, and then they become like your best friend, even though they're like, you know, it's almost like my daughter, and you care about them and you try and protect them, and you find out that it wasn't a them all along, that they was actually just a gross, disgusting hag changeling that burst forward and killed their aunt and uncle and broke your heart at the same time, and then you have a broom that was given you by a hag, and you carve their name into it in their remembrance, and then all of a sudden your patron is a hag.
How would you feel? And this is purely hypothetical.
Be careful. Just 1 second. I have to lick my foot. Yes, what?
That's fine. If Baba Yaga wanted to punish the hags and punish the people who did that to Sophia, could you see a world in which that maybe, in the time being, we do not act as pawns, but we get revenge for Sophia? If she's being honest and saying that she had nothing to do with it.
Yes, but, and in here lies the cluck. And that's that, she lied to me initially.
I
you
agree.
know?
I agree.
And she said, hey, I'm everything you ever wanted, Sylvie. Look at all of this pink. And I went, ooh, you can have my life. And then she showed up and she was like, look, Sylvie, I have pockmarked skin, iron teeth. Does that explain?
It does. As I mentioned before, the entire thing is extremely underhanded, and I stand by what I said. We will be no one's pawns.
I agree.
That stands.
I love prawns. You know, I'm pretty sure
Pawns.
they're just bigger shrimp.
Pawns.
But you know, I think the name's fun.
Pawns. As a chess piece. The game,
Like dragon chess?
I suppose.
I've never played. We didn't have board games when I was little. I've heard of it.
Neither
but
here
I've
nor
never
there.
played
The
it.
point is,
I just was trying to figure out what shrimps had to do with anything.
as opposed to being someone's minion in a plan, we might find some mutually agreeable endgame.
So you telling me that I should look at this entire situation and say, well, she gave me a lickety chicken, and she ate Garu's soul, kind of, I guess, and she might hate the hags and help me get revenge.
Okay.
So I should forgive her
No.
for what she did?
I don't think you should forgive her at all. And speaking of the whole soul eating, that seems extraordinarily suspect to say the least. I'm willing to say evil. Anyone that's able to sit there and consume not only 1,000 souls, but some sort of 2 arc souls, I don't really want to get into the nitty-gritty. The point is, we need you to be at your silviest. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No.
We don't, none of us want to see you just collapse and not be you. And we need you to be the strong fighter that you've always been.
Well, I can't really do that because it would just make all of you very self-conscious
Oh
about
no, please.
how less special you are in comparison to
No,
me.
you're the Star Child, allegedly. You're very special.
We
I'm a nobody.
cannot hold
There was a whole
one
monologue
candle.
about
I
it.
mean, I wasn't gonna say that, but I am, I guess.
There's at least 1 or 2 cutscenes about you exclusively.
I don't know what that means. Is that kind of like a cuttlefish? Are we talking about prawns again?
Nope, we are sticking to the whole patron thing. I just want you to be okay with what happened. And we need to understand that we're all in this together.
Well, that depends on what you mean with okay. I'm not okay that Baba Yaga is my patron, but I'm okay that I have a lot of powerful magic in my fingertips that I can use to do my
Making
bidding.
peace may be a better
And
phrase.
I will say
Use the
that it
power.
is a little bit freeing now that I don't feel any draw towards doing the will of my patron, or that I feel like I'm trying to live up to someone that I really can never, that I could be at some point if she gave me the ability to be. But anyway, so all of that's kind of nice.
Forgiveness is not what we're
It's
asking.
also really nice to know that I'm significantly more cuterist than my patron.
That's
Because I don't know if you saw
objectively
this.
true.
I don't know if you saw this, but she had tits that hung down to her ankles, and mine are perky. I'm just saying that in its own.
Fair observation.
And what I've heard about Titania is that hers are the perkiest of all the fairies.
So now
Actually, I just made that up, but
tits.
I imagine it to be true.
Then you're patron.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Well,
So, I would say that there are a lot of things about this that are good. I would also say that there are a lot of things about this that are bad. And lucky for you, I'm a whim-driven creature, so right now I'm fine. But if you expect that this is the last you'll hear of it, you are all wrong.
we don't expect that. My point is, lastly, as I cannot reiterate enough, is that we are all able to make the choices that we want to make, and we're here to support each other.
Aye.
And we're going to do what it takes to survive and save the people that we love and care about. That's it.
Yeah. Do you think she could make me an archfey?
Who?
Baba Yaga.
I can't feel
I
this
will be
question.
one day.
I don't know what an archfey is,
Neither do I. Oh.
but
I read about it in a book, and I know that's what Titania is.
we don't know if she's all bad
And I
yet.
want to be your best friend.
You want to be Baba Yaga's best friend? Or
Titania's best friend.
Keep up!
I've had a lot of them.
That is what I'll query her. I will give you. Oh, I can't do that because she gave me magic. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're cool.
All right, but if you feel the need
I'm gonna
to,
slide a couple
No,
wrong
no.
over here.
if you feel the
We're
need
good. We're good.
to talk about it at any time, please. We love to listen.
I mean, the thing is, I was gonna do it without your permission. But thank you.
No,
Friendship and all.
I'm strictly talking as someone to bounce ideas off of, not permission, just to talk about.
My thought right now is that, I don't think it's going to get us out of the Shadowfell, so I'm kind of burying it deep within myself and pretending like none of it's happening and that nothing has changed, and I'll deal with the demons that are haunting me when I have a moment to breathe.
All right.
So what are we gonna do
Fine.
when Maman Brigitte shows up?
We're gonna ask for
We're
a
going
way
to
out.
put ourselves inside of her.
Whoa. Oh, Plan Z.
What? No, that's
Although
what she said.
I gotta be honest, she was a lot more attractive than I expected, based on the chicken thing.
She
But
literally said.
Plan Z.
She
Plan
said that
Z.
she
Well, maybe like
expects
Plan
it.
Q now, but that's fine.
She's not a chicken.
She never was,
She is still
sort of.
dead.
She's a human.
Chicken.
She
I don't
is. She
know if
looks like a
she's
human.
dead or if she's just an embodiment of death.
No,
I don't
she-
trust anything that lies here.
Well, she looks
Oh
like.
no.
Now, look, either way, we're expecting her soon, so why don't we just keep that discussion to ourselves until after we're out of here?
I think maybe we should, before she gets here, talk about it. If we fuck this up, we might not get to leave.
Well, I mean, I just think that we say to her, like, hey, your water was hot and so are you. Can you help us get out of here? That wasn't supposed to be a rhyme. I know it sounded like it, but it wasn't. You know, we help, blah, 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 how do we get out?
If a good lay's gonna get us out of here, I won't judge either of you, but...
I don't think she can lay eggs anymore.
I'm just saying, as I've said
Not
before,
without
I will
fertilization.
do what I need to do to save the world, only a little bit more willingly now that I recognize that she's not actually a chicken. Look,
I
I'm
kinda
just
prefer
laying it out there.
she's a chicken.
I would appreciate it if you all would not judge me.
You could do a
I'm
lot
not
worse. You could do a lot worse.
Correct.
than that.
Again, I'm not exactly sure how love will transcend planes from between mortals and death lower, but it also seems like it might not be a bad idea to have someone like that on our side.
I don't know that she loves you. I don't know that that's what's in question.
Just give me one night.
Bold statement.
And I wink very heavily at Annulin.
I just...
I'll have the hummus plate.
They never give you enough pita. You know, do you ever wonder if he's gonna shit his pants?
That was a very long time ago. I asked, why? We don't want to talk about your harrowing stories
I
of
knew you
Alphonse's
were gonna
mansion.
You
Why? No, we discussed that we would respect each other. I was a young man, and it was a long time
Well, I
ago.
was just literally going to tell Annulin that I'll make sure I'm around so I can press the digitation it up.
But now she won't, because
But
you
now
were
I
rude.
won't. Because if you shit your pants
Fine.
when you try and fuck the Loa, then I'm just gonna let it happen. And hopefully she's turned on
Fine.
by
Fine.
poop pants.
Welcome to Legends of...
You better wear
Fine.
your super brown leathers
I
tonight,
literally
Candace.
can't even save this. I'm so disturbed.
You better wear your super brown leathers.
In all honesty...
The dirty ones.
Are you so confident in yourself that you think a night with you is going to get us all out of the Shadowfell? With
No.
a Loa, a death Loa.
Well, yes, but of course, but actually, no. Of course, have you met me? Of course I'm that confident. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but I'm going to do the absolute best that I can.
I think we're going to need a backup.
We're going to ask us, hey, look, you're not a chicken anymore. Get us the fuck out of here. That's what we're going to say.
Yeah,
Let-
I
You don't have
offer
to fuck
her.
the
Just
chicken unless
let
you
me
want to.
Save
talk
of your
to her.
grand
Just-
loving skills. What
just
can we offer her?
Let me talk to her.
Just
That's all I
let her
ask.
talk. I'm going to eat my hummus plate. I'm going to ask for more pita. They're going to charge me an extra $5.
You mean
We're going to be
slugs.
on slugs. I'm going to be arguing all night about it, and I'll be very upset when we leave.
It's fine.
Nothing. They charged me $5 for seltzer.
5 slugs for
That's it. I quit. I quit. I quit. This isn't a safe space anymore because of you.
So, you are all brought out exactly what you want. It is the biggest fucking hummus plate. It is spicy voodoo hummus with more pita than you can't even finish it. It is piping
Wow,
hot.
that's impossible.
Bullshit.
You are brought out.
Mike.
You're brought out a plate of cuttlefish and prawns.
And I sit there with the prawns and just I arrange them by size from smallest to largest.
Got it. You
And then
do
the
that.
small
Bang on
ones,
your forks.
the small ones I move off to the side.
These are shrimp.
And that's what I do.
And
Takes the ketchup bottle and draws them
Yeah.
with shrimp.
Do you have a booster seat? Preferably in
Mother
red.
goes. A booster seat for madame. And he brings
That
a
is
booster
the
seat.
best French accent I've ever.
No, it's not a French accent.
Oh.
This is how I talk.
I was gonna say, I hope that's your Bruce Campbell impression from Spider-Man 3.
You know, I think there's a. Can I order the nightfish, please?
And they bring out it's the nightfish stew.
Perfect.
And
Don't call
it,
Seamus the old fish stew.
they bring out nightfish stew. They have that. They bring out the roast boar and
In an open field?
We're off the rails.
I hope that none of you expected it.
Epic D&D.
Epic D&D, roast boar. There's tons of bread with butter. There's she turtle soup. There's sweet pea soup. Yeah, of course.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, she turtle.
She turtles.
Like lady turtle?
Lady turtle.
Female turtles.
Why?
Female turtle.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Why don't you eat male turtles?
I don't know. That's
Politics different.
yeah.
Chat, tell us.
Let's let that until Evangelist.
You just shouldn't eat turtles, period, because that would be like eating toads.
It's cruel.
And Teddy the toad would not.
They probably eat frog legs here. I could
No,
see that.
stop it.
Anyways,
Anyway.
you are ordered.
We're feasting.
You're brought out a variety of chicken dishes. The chicken bone. There's wonderful
There's
sauces.
chicken gumbo.
There's chicken gumbo. Exactly right.
Mandouille sausage.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Whatever you want. And
Is that your favorite cook?
Justin, whatever.
Anyways, you are brought an amazing assortment of meals, and there is no end to the pita. No end to the pita. As soon as you're sat down, you hear loud chattering and hooping and hollering from inside, and you see the figure of Maman Brigitte, no longer a giant chicken, walk in, and she, despite having been dancing probably for hours, you have no idea. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I see her walk in, I want to. I don't want to cut you off. I just want to stand up and pull out her chair and say something to her. But I'm gonna let you do your intro.
Yeah.
But I want to be gentlemanly and be prepared to pull out her chair for her.
Yes, you do that. So
But I want to say something to her. I just wanted to. Sorry, we're all.
She literally looks like she pissed herself.
Go ahead and do your intro, and then I'll take my action. Sorry. While we let Annulin do her.
I have never been so wet.
So we can all agree that now the Vanders poop herself story will be replaced by Annulin in adult diapers.
I'm so wet.
Was that water, or should I
Nope.
get like?
Oh no, I thought it was water.
It's liquor, but most of it's on me.
There's a little bit on the floor, but
That's whatever.
Okay.
I'll-
Sorry.
we'll clean it up
I'll be
later.
happy to
It's fine.
scrub your floors
We'll
later.
Nikki's
advance
got
the show.
it.
Maybe we'll be
Watch
offended if I
Andy
take
scrub
my
our floors.
pants off.
If you're into that kind of
not
thing,
at all.
watch me clean the floors.
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna go see if I can find some pajama
He's
pants
gonna-
for Annulin.
Put on a bandana around his head. Take his shirt off.
I should I don't even know. Should I wait until they come back?
No, let's take a few minutes, and then we'll.
Well, take a few minutes. Chat.
Yeah.
Hello. This is the denouement, as they say in narrative of
Is
Part 3.
that French for go fuck yourself?
Probably. It's French for.
I'm gonna make coffee.
You just had a big climax, and your abs hurt, and you just need to take a rest.
Why is Sleepy saying, "Damn it, Andy"? I didn't do anything.
Damn it, Andy!
I didn't do anything. I was about to talk to Maman Brigitte.
How is everyone doing tonight? It's a love. We got a bunch of people in chat. Connie,
That's aggressive.
Hirosin, Leafy. We got Fruki, the Fruki gang.
That's gonna be the
Shadow
top
Fall.
tier of our Patreon. Will be me taking my shove and scrubbing the floor.
Yes.
You
Yes,
gotta
stay
pay good
tuned.
money for that.
That's how you clean a fucking bloodstain.
Watch Deadwood on HBO, by the way.
Yes,
ladies and gentlemen.
HBO.
If you like Wild West prostitutes and Shakespeare, then Deadwood is the show for you.
It
The
is.
Deadwood movie is releasing on May 29th, 31st, beginning of this month. It's wonderful, and it's a good fucking time.
Here, there's paper towels.
Take your shirt off and clean the floor.
I grew up not far from Deadwood. Great history
No
there.
fucking
Oh,
way,
wow.
Leafy. That is awesome.
Leafy,
That's amazing.
you get cooler every
So
day.
you grew up in the Black Hills, I assume, in the fucking Black Hills of South Dakota.
Hello.
Montana.
I am Blazanov. I have 12th message to deliver from Cheyenne and Black Hills Telegraph Company.
So good.
Got a fucking freak using this.
We gotta talk about Deadwood too, because Blazanov's at the point. He delivered my favorite line of all time. Fuck confidentiality of communication. Because he has been whipped into a righteous fury. We're getting way off track.
Anyway.
So now's a really great time for you guys to ask us some questions like we normally do during dinners beneath our wings.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions or anything we can answer in this short break, please pitch us some questions. We're good with questions.
Yeah. And Kelstone, we can get it.
Yeah, we can get it. Don't worry about it.
You're taking away our top tier Patreon tier.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, you do
Shall
you.
I spill
We're just
some more?
showing.
I'm kidding.
We're enjoying.
Leafy says no north of the hills on the Nodak-Sodak border.
Oh.
I've never heard of it referred to as Nodak Sodak.
That makes sense.
That
Incredibly
makes
small
sense.
pants that'll probably fit you.
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Right.
The boring part of the state.
You're welcome.
Well, are those just cute fucking dogs? Whatever those
They do.
emotes
They
are.
do
look very
kind of look
cute.
like
What
a
are
mix
they?
between pugs and Isabel.
Yeah.
It's like an Isabel pug. That's fucking cute.
I think we might have a crisis averted as I found some incredibly small pants.
Where's a
It's
Connie
from
Ordo's
Puppets.
NPC, Mike?
So
Which NPC? Oh.
Oh,
Just wait.
are you talking about April O'Houlihan?
Are we talking about Don Etello?
Don Etello.
Are we saving that? Because I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that too. Are you
Oh,
like? Do you
yeah.
have a specific moment? Are you?
Don't worry, Donnie Tello's
We have
coming.
not forgotten a Connie.
No,
No,
so
we don't
Connie,
forget.
We do not forget.
I ask him at least once a month when Don Etello's coming, and he's like, "Don't you worry." In one of our campaigns, Don Etello. Did you want us to kind of quickly go over like
Yeah,
what that
on
was?
Halloween we did.
That's right.
We did a craft and also DM workshop stream.
Right.
And
On Halloween.
On Halloween, I was dressed as Harry Carey, and I drank an entire 6-pack of Budweisers on
did.
stream.
You did.
My man. And we
And he was drinking Budweiser too.
yeah. Hi everybody, we're just at Halloween.
Awesome.
And we decided an NPC to show up in the world of
I'll make sure
adventures.
to take care of my urinating friend.
Named Donnie Tello, a turtle.
On you.
He's a turtle.
He's a turtle. He
Oh,
owns.
He's a turtle.
He's a turtle.
They would never
He
fit me out
owns
how I own
a bar called Flavortown, a tavern called Flavortown that serves
Oh,
craft.
this was determined by chat.
Yes,
that's
by
right.
chat.
That's
That
right.
built this NPC.
That's right.
And it serves craft beer.
Canonically in Evantris.
Yeah, it's canonically an advantage that serves only 3 items.
We just don't know where yet.
IPAs, tossed salad, and scrambled eggs. What else? He was in love with a woman named February
Oh, yeah,
O'Houlihan. February O'Houlihan.
And what's his name then? Oh,
His
Don
name is
Etello.
Don
Got it,
Etello.
got it.
Oh, and
And-
his superpower is bar trivia.
His superpower was bar trivia. That's a skill, and his greatest weakness is that he can't swim.
So does he? Wait, as a turtle?
It's a turtle. He can't swim.
Does he host bar
And
trivia at his bar?
Of course.
Yeah,
he
of
does.
course. Yeah, that's
he
why
does.
it's his love of bar trivia
Is why he
inspired
created
him to
bar.
actually open his own bar called
I'm
Flavortown.
truly moved.
And his voice is I did not make this, but it's Christopher Walken with Tourette's. So
Yes. That was all chat.
that was all chat.
It's not offensive because we didn't do it.
We didn't do it.
I kid. I kid. I
And
kid.
I could never
I
wear
kid.
them.
I kid.
Oh.
So just to lay a little groundwork here, this is if you're just joining us, this is not our usual session of D&D. This is, as you said, the end of a large arc, and we've kind of been unwinding. It's a little lighter than usual, so usually this arc has been extraordinarily dark, and this has been an opportunity for us to open up a little.
Yeah, at the universities they call it catharsis. It's that feeling after the release of tension.
Such a
It's just sort of how stories go like this. So we're coming down.
We're having fun with it, you
We're
know.
having fun. We're having fun.
So
Christopher Walken is one of Zunderstorm's top favorite actors.
Yeah, and it might just be Christopher Walken.
wait, Thunderstorm, have you seen our famous Christopher Walken clip? Because it's one of
why
our.
don't you just talk to us as Christopher Walken?
Well,
No,
also go to
I'm
YouTube
too
and
on the
subscribe.
spot.
I'm gonna just take a second.
Yes, please.
Please, if
Please.
you guys
We
could,
beg of you.
if you guys could go to our YouTube channel and smash that subscribe button.
Smash it.
It's
y'all.
still, I'm not very consistent. I have a schedule on my own personal calendar that I don't meet, but one day I will be consistent in uploading videos.
The point is, there's a
But-
very good clip of Mikey doing his Christopher Walken impression.
Yes,
It's fantastic.
And when you go there, it's like the first thing that shows.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Please.
if you're interested, go subscribe on YouTube. I wouldn't hate it. Yeah, like and subscribe.
Are we all good?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kelsey is now wearing my incredibly tiny pants. I literally pulled them
I love
out
that.
of my clean clothes and I was like, these wouldn't even fit on one of my legs. They will fit Kelsey.
You are a very kind
They're
friend.
very soft.
The best.
Yeah, you should rub her.
They're very dry.
You
That's
should-
I'm gonna
You
save
should
that for
rub her.
Evantris and Chill.
Because I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Join us for
You
Adventures
do
and
you.
Chill, where we'll rub my legs.
So are you
You
gonna
will
play
see
Scott?
Maman Brigitte in
Please
horror.
throw it.
Just so that when I edit this, let's have a nice.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. As Maman Brigitte makes her way across the restaurant in her form-fitting black wedding dress that is covered in ruffles, but still very revealing and revealing. You can see her thigh through a massive slit through the dress, and you can see that she's wearing a garter belt, and she struts over to you.
Well, good evening. I pull the chair out and I say, I must be a displacer beast because your beauty has me absolutely beside myself.
That's good. That's really good. That's really good.
Wow.
That's really
Give me a
good.
moment.
She is dummy thick.
Could you make a persuasion check?
Yeah, I'd be happy
Got
to.
D&D pickup line.
Nebo. So trying to sneak past somebody.
That's going to be a borderline bear. Lowest it can be is a 10, and then you said persuasion, so
Yeah.
22 is the lowest.
22.
Oh, God.
So she says, "Oh, well, I said this isn't the place to be a gentleman, and you better not be a gentleman in the sack, but I appreciate it."
I as I pull out the chair, I say, I'm just warming up.
And she shuffles over and she sits in the chair, and she's like, "Oh, excuse me, I hope you weren't waiting too long. I had to, it's been so long since I've had my real body, I had to dance the night away, and once I heard that Samadhi was no more, and
We've just been drinking and chatting.
got these back, and these back, and this back. Oh." And she runs her fingers through her hair. She pulls over her veil. She runs her fingers along her lips, and she just is relishing in her body.
No, will you have a seat? Has she sat down?
She's at a seat, and she's like, "Pour me some of this rum." And she reaches over and she pours herself, and she starts just chowing down on all of the food.
Welcome. So do you know what happened to Samadhi? Has word spread? Do you know exactly what happened to him?
I don't even know exactly what happened to him. If you tell me, I'll listen.
What do you think happened to him?
Well, I knew he was taken care of. That's all I knew.
You
I
mentioned
know that I
Oblivion.
run this place now, and it feels very good.
You mentioned Oblivion. Do you think that's where he is now?
I think he won't be seeing the light or hearing any music for quite a long time. The old bastard.
Alright, well, I want to, look at Sylvie just sort of subtly, we hear you have friends that helped us.
You don't have to try to beat around my feelings. Is that the way you would say that? Beat around your feelings, beat around the bush? Bushel of eggs. Bushel of eggs makes a fish full of nuggets. I can't remember the saying. You don't have to beat around my bush.
A wise man once said, just beat it.
I don't think I want to see that. So feel free, don't worry about beating around my bush, Rodak. You can just tell her whatever, and my feelings won't be hurt about it.
Well, have a drink first. We do have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm now the big law in charge in this fucking place. You have earned yourself a few answers, and this meal's on me.
Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Very
Thank you. Well,
Cheers.
first,
Cheers
I have
to
to
you and to
Cheers.
my new single life and my new single death.
I look at her and I say, hopefully not for long, and I give her a wink.
Oh no, for a long time. I'm gonna start collecting beefcakes like you.
Van just drinks a drink.
Are the rest of the elves from where you come from made like this?
Is
Pretty
it
special.
Is it
You
kind
gotta
of
hang on to
gangly?
it.
How describe how I'm made, please, in excruciating detail.
You shouldn't need me to do it.
Oh, this is getting gratuitous.
I'll be honest, I'm one of a kind.
That's good to know. We'll make it a night to remember then.
Touche. Take a drink.
Now, we heard that you may have helped us defeat Samedi. Is that right?
I did lead you to Samedi, yes, of course.
What about the Goose Swan Bell?
Were you working with Baba Yaga to make all of that happen? Because she showed up afterwards and she said, Sylvie, Titania isn't your friend. I gave you your power. Ah! And then at some point somebody said something about you guys working together and I would just like confirmation before I fuck you, you know? I just feel like it's really important information to get all this off of our chest because I would like to happy fuck you, but if I have to hate fuck you, then I just need to know where I'm at beforehand, you know?
I'm fine for a happy fuck or a hate fuck.
I know, but I would like to know which one. So could you answer my question?
Let's not get derailed and please answer the question, if you don't mind.
Make your way and check advantage, Sylvie.
Thank you for rolling me. I'm not rolling this.
Persuasion, let's say. A 22!
Wow, yeah.
Nice, good roll.
Nice.
Really good.
I knew what my husband was up to. You see her, there's a bit of stillness that comes to her when you ask her this question. And she places her glass down on the table. And she leans back a little bit and heaves her chest up. And she peers past her veil with her pink eyes. And she says, I knew what my husband was up to. I knew it wasn't good for me. Or good for this place. Or everyone that's experiencing their death here. And I was offered assistance. I was told that my fucking husband was fucking things up. And a little dancing blue light told me they'd be sending someone to take care of it.
So, she approached you and told you what was going to happen.
Of course.
And you knew who it was? She didn't conceal herself?
It was a little blue light, but I knew who it was. Of course.
Do you have any reason to trust her, or was this simply an act of survival and doing what you needed to do as opposed to trust?
I don't really right have a choice, eh? It's a checking.
Fair enough.
My husband was very close to achieving his plan.
We were once voodoo dolls. We understand doing what you have to do.
So,
I did what I had to do.
What do you know about Baba Yaga?
Yeah.
Not much before she's very good at what she does.
Did you know of any kind of association that she may have had with Sylvie?
Yeah, did you know? Because I didn't know.
I was told she was sending help. I assumed you were the help.
The only reason I show any kind of apprehension about all of this is that now we witnessed her consume a large number of very powerful souls. Does that concern you at all? That we may have armed someone with something that we shouldn't have?
She drank the soul of your husband.
You see a look of sick satisfaction come over her face. You're like, that's still better than the bastard deserves.
I immediately turn to Roeg and go, I gotta be honest, I'm just enjoying this.
You're not remotely concerned at all. She just consumed the souls of 9,999 people on top of the souls of Rugarul, the Voracious Doom, and Baron Samedi.
Are you jealous? Did you want to consume?
No, I'm just saying I'm a wee bit concerned that this person that...
Concern is warranted.
If you hadn't helped her, would you be more concerned? Take yourself out of the equation.
I get what I want. My husband, gone, taken care of. I'm running this place now. And you're all alive.
For now.
Everyone here is not cast into oblivion by her dark wings. We don't live in eternal gloom.
She makes a lot of good points.
So you don't know what her ultimate plan is, Baba Yaga. What does she have to do with the Shadowfell at all?
From what I knew of her, I knew that no matter what she told me, it wouldn't be the truth.
Oh. Are you
But
sure of that? Are you completely sure of that?
not really.
Oh.
But as they say, my name's Paul. That's between y'all.
Oh, I don't think anybody says that. I've never met someone named Paul before.
It's a saying here in Bon Macabre.
Probably not.
She referenced a cryptic in her tired riddles and cryptic messages about baddies. Baddies scarier than the devil that you all were hanging
The
with.
hunger? I mean, the business.
She mentioned nothing about hunger. Things beyond the Shadowfell, things beyond the upper planes, things beyond the lower planes. Things that could drown all of it.
Things beyond
I don't
the
buy it.
planes.
Have you seen her hut?
Yeah.
No?
We have.
How did it get here? Who knows?
I know she can come and go as she pleases. This place is a reflection of your world. Like her realm is a reflection of your world.
Wait. Pardon me. I apologize for my ignorance because this magic stuff is far beyond me, which is why I left.
He's really just more something to look at.
What do you? Are all planes just reflections of Evantris in one way or another?
No, just the two.
Wait, what's her world?
So again, I'm pretty but dumb. Explain to me a little
That's
bit
my
better.
type.
Hey,
That's
I
why
aim.
you like me.
I aim to please. So explain to me a little bit better about this reflection. What is a reflection of what?
Both the Shadowfell and the Feywild. They're reflections of your plane, of your
And
world.
only those two planes.
Everything else exists in the great cosmic wheel.
You mentioned higher and lower planes. Where does Evantris rank on that?
It's in the middle. Evolve it.
I'm oddly okay with that.
And I think it's roughly just we're on the material plane, it's the world, and everything else is wacky cosmic business.
I don't pretend to know any of it.
So you're saying Baba Yaga's from the Feywild?
Of course.
So you have been perhaps to the Feywild, Sylvia? At least that's true.
I don't think I've ever been to the Feywild.
You don't think that's where you met Baba Yaga?
Well, when you said you
No,
fell
I
through...
was in a swamp.
You don't think you've...
I guess out of character, what have you told us about?
Sylvia's just fucking with you.
Okay, but you have told us.
Yes,
about-
Sylvia's told you.
You
to
said
go to the
about these
Feywild.
Fey crossings.
Welcome to Prime.
Fuck!
Like, after 3 years, are you really asking me that question?
Well, to be fair, from our perspective, I don't know what's happening! Vandris, yeah. Oh, please, continue.
So Sylvie, it sounds like perhaps you truly were in the Feywild. Just not where you thought you were. Or clearly not, you weren't speaking to who you thought you were speaking to. So,
Yes.
Thanks, Baboonski.
Oh, thank you, Baboonski.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Lovely
I remember
couple.
seeing you
Thank
in
you.
chat.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Remember
were
when
at the
joined
Lord
us.
Gazumba
Yeah.
channel, maybe.
Gazumba.
Yes, Gazumba.
They pronounce it Gazumba.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we
Then
were
I apologize.
Yeah.
Then I'm the one who's the asshole.
Anyway,
Like
I was
usual.
saying Gazumba.
Goosumba.
Anyway,
Gazumba.
Lord Gazumba
Good to
channel.
know. Good to know.
Um,
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm just excited.
so, anyway.
Sorry.
So, I just don't know how to feel about all this.
then I'll take my Tarot cards out of my.
These are my
Back as well.
tarot cards.
I don't know what to make of any of this.
Well, obviously obviously, none of this we can... Well, I mean, some of it's come to pass. But we don't know how much of it's come to pass because she told us it was going to come to pass. So we looked into it and we decided that all of these things made sense. And then she was in the background pulling the strings like you do as a hag and made it happen the way we thought it happened. And then we assumed that the cards were right because all that happened because she was playing with us in the background. So we really can't put much stock in these. Outside of that, yes, I was in the Feywild. That is something that we've talked about before. I just thought that it was like, ooh, Titania just wanted to look hotter, so she met me in a swamp. And now that I look back on it, I realize that I was a little bit ignorant, and that she met me in a swamp because she wasn't really Titania. Because why would Titania ever go to a swamp? Why would she ever go to a swamp and talk to me and give me powers and be like, hey, I'm Titania, here's a swamp, you know what I mean? So that would have never happened. So it makes sense that Bobby Hawk would be the one that came over and she talked to me and she connected me. And now it's absolutely blowing my mind the fact that I didn't get that before, but it's 100% the Feywild, and I don't think that there's a swamp in the material plane that looks at all like the Feywild or the swamp that I was in there. So, I don't know. I can't put the things together, but I would say that because it's Baba Yaga, we don't want to trust the cards. Yes, it was in the Feywild, and I still don't know how I feel about all of it.
You got a real fast mouth.
Yeah, I do. And if you use it.
And it was years after this that Sylvie ran for office in the Feywild for the great talent of filibustering.
Did you want to talk, or did... I was waiting for a moment, but it looked
Well,
like
I
you
was
were
just
as well.
going to point out that weeks ago, I didn't trust Madame Zastra. I told you guys we shouldn't trust her, and you all laughed at me.
No one laughed at you. I may have laughed at her behind her
You
back.
chortled
No one-
at the very least.
The point is, and seeing how you pull out your cards,
Yeah, no, I have mount.
then I will say, do these mean anything to you? And I will hand my cards to
She looks.
the Deathwalla. Orpheus scoffed at me when I mentioned it. He scoffed. He said that it was bullshit and that.
Well, he's not going to scoff anymore when we say, hey, you, Orpheus guy, Baba Yaga told us our futures, and then he'll go, well, you're idiots for listening to her at all. And I'll say yes.
Maybe.
You're
My
right.
point was, I asked him. I will get back to this.
Looks like a hag divined your futures.
So can you tell?
This is real.
Can you tell me what any of these individual cards mean? Because I have questions about several of them.
Do I look like I'm about prophecies and trying to see the future and wearing a hood and staring into a crystal ball? The only crystal I'm going to be staring into is a decanter full of rum.
To be fair, excuse me, I just assumed that you were all powerful and that you might be able to show me a thing or two.
I deal in death, Vandris. Not futures, not the stars.
Oh,
That's a fair
I'm the
point.
child of the stars or some shit.
She's a star child,
Yeah,
allegedly.
do you know what that means?
I don't.
Okay, well, then you definitely don't deal in the stars. Because you would have known otherwise.
So that
You did
actually
not lie, that's
leads
true.
to a great point. How does one end up here in the Shadowfell? When death arrives, hopefully not untimely.
When you die, there are numerous places you can go, depending on who you serve or what you
Do you
do.
mean numerous? That's what you say when there are multiple or many?
There are a lot.
Okay, that's essentially the same thing as numerous. Keep going.
She drowns a full drink of
Please, as Sylvie said, keep going.
And if you leave gifts for the Lord, you are the biggest part here, and you are judged. Or you make a pact and you hold up your end of the bargain.
So there's
You're in the beer.
lower on different planes?
If
No, here.
Oh, just here.
if I don't want to be Baba Yaga's warlock anymore, could you be my patron?
Sorry, dear.
Yeah. I'm not asking her to be my patron. I'm asking if I didn't want that, could she be?
It's a
I'm asking
hypothetical
for the
question.
logistics of it.
Okay.
Could I, is it called double teaming? Could I double team patrons?
I do enjoy being double teamed. But the connection to you.
It's a DP, double patron.
Mature stream of
The connection.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The connection you have.
Oh boy.
If it's true, then it's her. My husband may have thought he was on her level. And maybe that's true. I'm not even close.
I'm okay with downgrading my patron for one that has such a sexual waddle.
Here, here. Wait, did you say waddle?
Yeah.
Here, here.
The sexual waddle is my favorite move.
Well, I can't wait to learn it from you. Rodek, you keep gulping for air in that way that indicates that you are both irritated and would like to speak. So would you like to say something?
I don't...
Actually, I didn't really care what you had to say. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Honestly, at this point, I don't know what to think. It sounds like you don't know much of anything beyond you were desperate and helped her because you needed to. And we were played and sent down here and we dealt with the problem. And we did, and I'm glad you're free. I am. I'm glad you're free.
So am I.
And
I'll drink to that.
Now, that leads me to the topic of the hour. How the fuck do we get back? Can you get us back to the material plane? Can you get us back to Agwe and Evantris?
We do still have business in Evantris.
Aye.
We do.
Aye.
As much as I would love to spend a lot of time here with you, we may only have...
I only need one night.
I might only need one night as well.
A lot of guys say that.
One night,
Holy
30
fuck.
minutes.
I probably
2
only need
minutes.
like maybe 30 seconds to an hour.
With that mouth, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I
She's a
know.
quick one.
But I have really big teeth.
Aye, she does. You can see right there.
Well, as long as you're cognizant.
Always.
That's a fancy $5 word.
So my little chicken nugget.
Oh, you should have said cognizant because that would have been funnier because you used to be a chicken.
Next time.
Where is Nebo, by the way? Is he's Terran as well, and our turtle friend, what was his name again?
Linto.
Everyone's
Linto.
back.
Linto.
Everyone's back to normal.
Everyone's back. Nebo can guide you to the other side, yes?
He can.
Ready?
After you gave him his trombone playing hands back, I'm sure he will.
He couldn't play trombone as a cat.
It's very difficult.
It's very insensitive.
That's a stupid question.
No, she made
Rodek,
brews and potions of chicken. I don't know how she did it.
Rodek,
Cats don't have thumbs, Rodek.
I
I've
am
heard
very-
cats
No,
can't dance, but I didn't assume it.
I am very much of the proponent that there are no stupid questions. That was a stupid.
How is it we've seen her do unbelievable things as a chicken? Why couldn't a cat play
Nobody's
trombone?
talking
Maman
about the
Brigitte, I
capability of
apologize for my
chicken.
friend's
What a
insolence.
stupid question, you dumb shite.
No, you're a dumb shit.
No, you're a dumb
I'm
shit.
done with this.
Don't you dare! Don't you even dare!
Don't you say that about her.
I had a wee bit to drink, and it
Unbelievable.
wasn't
You
stupid.
are-
Unbelievable!
Why the fuck can a cat play a trombone if she can?
Can you play a trombone?
No, I can't play
Oh,
the
right
trombone.
then, shut up.
Sylvie has said some of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard, and that was the
No.
stupidest question I've ever heard.
That's not true.
Ridiculous and
I
stupid is
have
not the
said
same thing.
the most, not some of the most.
Oh, sorry.
Get it right,
I apologize.
Andre.
You are the one and only Sylvie Flickerwicket, and I apologize.
Thank you.
I don't apologize
You
for
are
Roberta.
stupid.
Anyway, I'm sorry. We've been through a lot, and I've had a wee bit to drink. I just eventually
That's
I'd
not
like
an
to get
excuse
home.
for being stupid.
I
think
didn't
it might
mean
be
to
an
assume anything about Nebo's trombone playing. He sounded lovely.
It's pretty good.
It was very good.
He had the crowd going.
If you
Almost
tell
as
him that, he'll be even more amenable to your request to go home.
We'd be happy to.
I would be happy to, shall we? So, once we're all done, we spend the night here, I would assume. Would we just meet him in the morning? Or can I take us back tonight?
I'm owed one night.
Oh, that's right. You know, I won't stop any of that. So, we'll leave in the morning.
Ode is a very strong word, and I will do what is. I'm happy to do. I will do what I'm happy. I'm honored. I am more than honored.
My husband gave me permission to bone you before he went back to hell.
Is that what your husband wanted? I was going to ask. I wasn't sure if he got it up.
Well, one
You
of
know,
the hells.
He probably is gonna have wings now.
I do miss the wings. I do miss... Although I couldn't use them. They were fun to flap around, though.
Yeah.
Well, I won't hold you up too late. This meal has been lovely. Thank you for treating us to this wonderful meal. I've never had so much pita with a hummus plate before, so
It's truly endless.
5 stars.
We do things right here in Bone Macabre.
You do. I'm frankly impressed.
Gives a whole new meaning to your last meal.
So, what?
You know, because every meal here is your last meal because you're dead. And you always want your last meal to be the best, so every meal here has to be best.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
So,
what's next then, I suppose?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask.
Rodak, we better be hitting the old dusty
Oh,
trail.
I agree, Annulin, shall we? It's about that time of night.
Guys got it covered.
I think I know the way back.
We'll use your room.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We'll use your room.
Oh, well, we should all have been given individual rooms thanks to Big Peni at the inn.
how do you like Big Peni?
Do you know him?
It's not as big as he thinks it is.
We all kind of assumed, unfortunately, for him. One does not simply forget about Big Peni.
I forgot about that.
It's no fault of your own.
Right.
Understandable.
Oh, thank you, Big Peni.
Yes, we do have multiple rooms, of course.
Well,
Anyways, it's been
she
been a long night.
she grabs a large chest of slugs and puts it on the table. Like, well, I suppose we should be going back then.
Well, I guess I can only answer your question with another question. How do you want to do this?
There aren't enough hours in an evening. Let's go, Sylvie.
Okay, you want to carry me?
Of course. She scoops you up, and she hugs you next to her breasts, and carries you with I guess you're all going back to the room with Big Peni.
Should we go see Nebo?
We'll see him in the morning. Do we still hear Nebo playing the old trombone?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to go to bed.
Tonight we're gonna teach Vanders how to play the skin flute. And that's a joke because I have a pink flute.
Well, that sounds lovely. Have a lovely night. Good night.
Okay, goodbye.
So you shuffle off, and she effectively drags you. She's kind of dancing around, listening to the music, to your room, and whatever you all would care to do happens.
We play Scrabble all night long. Because that's what Sylvie and Matthias have done every single week.
She had a box of Parcheesi.
Vanders
Natural 20!
Vanders comes away from the situation with the haunted background.
The door shuts.
Monty 364 just gonna go close my windows so no one thinks I'm watching some weird kind of porn.
This would be a very weird porn.
Joke's on you because you are! No, get him.
Dare you enter our magical realm?
You all go into your room, and it fades to black. And your minds are opened. Your third eye opens by the sheer horrible things that happen.
You unlock all the chakras.
You unlock all your chakras. You clear your chi.
Wow.
It is horrifying and beautiful at the same time. And you make good on your promise.
Is there breakfast? I that's the only thing I can think to ask. Is there breakfast in the morning?
You must be hungry.
The thong below calls. Very below.
Well, good night, ladies and gentlemen. It's been lovely. We're gonna end on episode 59.
Yep. We didn't make it to 69.
What was that? The hunger below?
I rush out my door.
He's in danger!
Breakfast is all I was
Breakfast.
talking about.
Vandress, would you care to join me for some breakfast?
I'm a cat. I'm a cat.
Well, enjoy some cinnamon buns. But first, there's some buns we could enjoy. And then it continues.
Vandress kicks the door up and sweating and and not having any clothes on. Is there Gatorade on this plane? I need electrolytes.
And then suddenly you see the door fly open. Vandress is crawling, and then he gets dragged back in.
No!
He's like a shriveled husk of his former self.
He looks like an empty Capri Sun.
I am Aqua, the water genasi bar, the artist formerly known as Aqua. Fuck you, Derek. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, buddy. Yeah, no.
Oh my god.
Vandress has never been more,
Aroused and spent.
I was gonna say degraded, but yeah, sure. We'll go with those adjectives, sure. Why not?
So, you all enjoy a long rest. At some point in the night,
You
when
found time for a long rest and all that.
He's an elf.
I only have to meditate.
Oh, that's true.
Baby, what's up?
at some point when everyone passes out, Mama Brigitte seems to slip out in the middle of the night.
Is this something that we would be aware of?
I would say, well, both make perception checks at disadvantage.
If it's while I'm meditating, I am conscious.
Yeah. I
So
would say
perception?
that. So if you are like passed out from sheer exhaustion,
I don't. Well, that would be up to you as a DM. That's
Yeah.
not something that I would have to do as an elf,
Okay.
unless you deemed it so.
yeah.
So I trust you.
What do you get, Sylvie?
I didn't roll.
14.
I haven't rolled.
Okay, roll.
Is it perception?
Yeah.
Lowest I can roll is a 22.
Okay.
25.
25.
Pretty low.
So
Jeez,
as you start to meditate, you're completely exhausted. Sylvie, you're stirred awake, and Vandress, you notice as she heaves herself up and puts back on her dress, and she starts to walk towards the door.
Wait, like as I am currently meditating. So like,
Yeah, you're all passed out and exhausted, and she's attempting to leave.
So I'd be able to react, is what you're saying.
I would say both of you be able to leave. Yeah.
Maman, Brigitte, where are you going?
I'm going back to my place.
Where's your place?
It's on the other side of town.
Cool.
My
I
empty bed.
I'm gonna use my minor illusion to do the dark clothes again, and the beret, and the fake cigarette.
Thanks for the evening.
I'd have left some soul slugs on the counter for an Uber, but I don't have any.
What's an Uber? Is it some kind of monster?
She.
It's what the
Did you
dead
know?
people, they come pick
You're
you
not
up.
here. We're
Oh,
screwing
sorry.
someone right now, Daniel.
She looks at
My
you.
apologies.
She looks at you and says, "The pleasure is all
I
mine."
was curious. Do you know what kind of car that Big P9 drives? Because I feel like it's a sports car of some kind.
Oh,
You know,
it's.
when he looks at us and the God of the world says, and then he drives away. Do you think that it's in like a Fiat or like one of those like super expensive?
It's
like,
very fast, and it doesn't have a muffler.
Like a Jaguar.
It's very fast. He's not as big as he thinks.
Wait. So you're just going home?
Of course. I've had me night.
So we're just
Our deal is done.
well. Tomorrow we're just free to leave.
Why would you not be free to leave? Oh, you think there's the pact is sealed? And we're done shite, so now we're locked here forever, and now we're dead forever.
No,
That's ridiculous.
It wasn't anything about commitment or anything like that. I'm just trying to understand.
Oh, are you having feelings for me?
No,
And she walks
no,
over, she
no,
grabs your cheek and
please,
squeezes
please.
it.
No, unbelievable. I can't believe you would even think of that. There's some.
She leans forward and gives you a kiss on the forehead, and she's like, "You're cute."
That's it? That's all we get?
Well, not me. She was whispering sweet nothings to me in my ear while you were over there meditating. She likes me more.
You're both good. Both of you make a performance
I'm
check.
smaller, so I fit into more places.
I will in a second.
That's fine.
You said persuasion?
Performance.
17.
Oh, performance.
Yeah, hers is gonna be way better than mine.
21. Look, you're both fine. That mouth was better than his.
Yeah, I know. I work those muscles all the time.
If it was a
talking
mouth
to
thing,
myself.
I probably would have been a persuasion check if I had to quantify it, but fine, whatever. It's fine.
That's the reason your mouth isn't better.
Not really
All
worried
you
about
use
it.
for is talking.
No, I mean, I only, all I do is talk all day long, but it's, no big deal. Fine, whatever.
Yep.
Not
And
really worried about it.
And you have a small penis.
Okay.
That's canon now.
And you see her reach into her cleavage and pull out a string of dried peppers. And she places it on the nightstand and says, like, once you go home, I suppose I wouldn't mind it if you contacted me. Take a bite.
Can contact you on peppers?
Well, let her finish, please.
Take a bite.
We can contact you on peppers?
You hear Rhoda snoring through the wall.
This is me calling God.
Is Vander still naked?
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
We can call you on peppers. Oh my god, that thing! You know I'm only 3 feet tall. Can you turn the other way?
They don't call it Venom's spine for nothing.
We can call you on peppers?
Take a bite. You'll get me on the other side.
Wait.
I know when that hot light
Do we come back
blinks,
here? We instantly.
That can only mean one thing.
When I know that you've taken a big bite thinking of me, I'll know that can only mean one thing.
So how many peppers are there?
Baby, you.
There are 5.
5. Can we split them 2.5?
You have to bait the whole thing. Hopefully you can handle it.
3 to 2. Call it. I draw Edward's final chapter. Cut the peppers 3 to 2 and push the 2 towards Sully.
Okay.
Why did I only get 2?
I got nothing clever to say for once in my life.
She reaches into her cleavage again and pulls out like
You out-clevered me.
I only get 2.
Well, after tonight I thought you'd both be better at sharing, and she hands you another pepper.
Van just looks in the corner of the room in shame.
You know what they say, D&D brings friends together.
Oh boy.
And he just tucks the peppers in his coat.
Thank you, Mama Brigitte. Who I like to call Big Bridget.
That'll be a new one that'll make the rounds.
It will.
Sweet dreams. And maybe I'll see you on this side or the other.
Oh, well, maybe someday, I suppose, yeah.
And with that, she sachets away. And
Sachet, rosé, crochet.
Thank you, Mike.
she sachets away. My life.
That's fan service.
It is.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
D&D is all about fan service, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
After Sunday, I learned how fan service works. And the door closes behind you, and you all enjoy a long rest, and you're able to meet and do whatever you'd like in the interim. But
Holy shit. I think we all need a minute.
that's fine. That's fine. I need a minute.
We're gonna take another short break. We're not gonna do any break screen. That's not our style.
No.
We're gonna take a quick bathroom / break. How is everybody doing?
How's everybody doing, guys?
Well, I made all those jokes about sleeping with Maman Brigitte, but I never actually registered to Nikki that meant Sylvie was gonna have to sleep with Andres. I can say it's Nikki. I'm like, oh god. My character literally had to sleep with one of my best friend's husbands.
We have a lot of very in our friend group incestuous just gross moments together.
Hey, speaking of the devil, it's Squad.
I just cheated on you with Banders and a chicken. I'm so sorry, husband.
Oh my god.
Yep, no. Yeah, so I think that's the fun part, is when I'm playing Sylvie, I don't think about the ramifications for Nikki. So I'm just sitting here listening to this and I'm like, oh god, I'm talking about Andy's virtual penis in front of his
VP.
No, it's not a virtual penis. It's his imagination penis.
His imagination penis.
I'm happy I missed all of that conversation.
Oh,
Matthias, with you, please. Says Derek.
Matthias says send pics.
Send pics.
What's your charisma score?
Mine is +5. It's 20.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Warlocks are charisma based, so I put all of my.
That's what I thought.
Charisma.
That's right. That's what I thought. I haven't played a warlock yet. So.
They're awesome.
Fuck yeah.
He's beard deep and succubi.
It's my favorite caster.
Cheers, Blam Squad.
Oh, whoa, hey. You're lucky Sylvie doesn't know that.
Cheers, Blam Squad.
Yeah,
No's had the great. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They're my favorite caster when it comes to theme, but mechanically they are fun if you have a DM that understands the plight of a warlock. In IMHL.
Totally. I think that's one of the things that I've noticed as a bystander. Right.
Nose dropped the best quote in chat.
What was that?
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
That's good old Futurama, man.
I love how I
fellow
get all of
Futurama.
Nose's references and he gets all of our references.
No, Nose
is literally one of us.
So my first experience was Nose was during Honey Heist.
Yeah.
When I was dropping Billy Joel lyrics. And everybody was looking at me like I was fucking crazy.
Can you confirm, Nose, whether that was the first time that you found us?
Yeah,
Because
I actually don't know. But that's the first time that I interacted with Nose.
Yeah.
For sure. But he may have shown up before then. But Honey Heist was the first time that I remember specifically talking to Nose.
Yeah. If you ever move to our area, you will have to play D&D with us. It's
real
kind
talk.
of
Real talk.
a problem with moving here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is Nose moving here?
No.
Nikki's she's
not
making
that we're
noise.
aware of. She's being optimistic.
Oh.
He ever did, we would have another member at our table.
Oh.
I want friends. More friends,
I
please.
would like friends.
I'd like to collect more friends, please.
So is that going to be your accent for,
Always, forever.
Always and forever.
Did I not mention that this is Emily's real voice?
It could be.
And she's
Why not?
daytime Dracula.
She is daytime Dracula. That's why she's so pale.
Oh.
I've never been more happy than to have 12 people to suck blood from.
It is like
Hello,
not
Steve.
True Blood. What is
My
the
name
other popular vampire fiction?
Is Blazin.
I live in the woods.
Blazing.
Please do
Like,
not
name-
freak me.
The thing
Is
that makes me
Blazin.
so sad about that was that Blazanov didn't get a single job.
Blazinoff, he rolled with punch, as they
He's
say here in
still
America.
unemployed.
He looked for job everywhere he be employed. To be fair, Blazanov have opportunity to become president of the United States. Not every person vice president. Blazanov, sorry. Blazanov get the opportunity that most Americans never get chance. Blazanov happy.
As long as
Blazanov very happy.
Blazanov is happy, then I'm happy.
Such a stupid game.
Hello, my name is Blizzard.
Every time I got to your turn, I was always like, here comes. And
The worst part
game.
was like on turn 3 or 2, you guys were anticipating it. I was already gonna do it, and somebody was like, "Oh, what if Blazanov came back?" And I was like, "My name is Blazanov." You fuckers. I love you, motherfuckers.
We can get started. Almost ready.
Okay. So you all, after enjoying the night on a big penized dime or slug, you all congregate, and there is breakfast. There is breakfast. There is slop. There's porridge. There's eggs and bacon and cinnamon buns and all sorts of delicious shit. And it's very extravagant and overly. All the sweet is super sweet. All of the spicy is super spicy. Everything is extravagant.
We eat it.
You enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you all eat it, and what are you guys doing?
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for the raid.
Wow, thank you so much.
Mature stream.
Yeah, mature stream, everyone.
Quick summary of what's going on.
Quick
right
summary.
now.
God
How do you summarize
damn.
it?
The party just had sex with a Loa, and now we're trying to get out of the shadow.
A death
Yeah,
Loa.
a death Loa. Yeah. Yeah, and then they just had a greasy 3C with a woman who was formerly a giant chicken.
I'm upset.
And
I gotta go.
Seagull
now.
one.
oh, thank you, Seagull one. Thanks everybody. No, just two of the party. Just two of the party.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Two of us.
Oh, Van
This never happens. This
No,
never
it really
happens.
doesn't. It's been a
Anyway,
CD cover.
we're in the
Where
shadow
we
fell.
never do this.
We just defeated the final boss of Arc 3 of our campaign last session, and so this is the
catharsis.
This is the catharsis. We're trying
It's
to
super
get out of
loosey-goosey.
We're trying to get out of the Shadowfell
Well, two of
now
them
that we've defeated Baron Samedi, the Death Loa, and his Draco.
Not all of us can have such a tight ass.
It is very painful.
So you all finish your breakfast. Oh, welcome to the Thank you for the follow. Seagull one. And you feel like it's if you hear the music, the trombone music from outside blaring, and you feel like you could probably find Nebo if you wanted to go find him.
So, my abs are on fire. I got up this morning and I was doing Pilates, but outside of that, Pilates, it's where you eat pie. A lot of it. And my abs are on fire because of it. But I think that now's the time that we should go see Nebo and see if he can help get us out of the Shadowfell.
I agree. As fantastic as this time has been here in the Shadowfell, I'm with Sylvie. We need to return to the material plane and get the hell out of here.
I'd like to go back to Evangelist, please.
Because to be quite honest, Ambulance Mom is still on the verge of death. I'm sure she's sweating and starving, and the back-breaking labor is keeping her a mere breath away from
Well, I'm glad
eternal
that
doom
now
and
you've gotten
gloom.
your rocks off, you remember this. So let's go.
Well, to be fair, I remembered it before you, and she's your mom. But I do think that we should go save her.
Okay, let's go.
Either way, we need to get out of here. Let's monster
No,
kill.
wait, I remembered. She's our mom. Remember I asked you and you said yes?
No, she's not. It's not.
She's our mom.
No, it's not.
I
The
am
vacant
now,
look comes
I,
over my eyes.
I am now a half elf and gnome. I'm a half of foam, half gnelf. I'm a half gnelf.
We'll see what we can do, but I don't think it
Let's go
works
talk to
that way.
Nebo.
Sure,
It
of
does.
course. Plan.
All right, let's go.
Just
Of
am
course.
ready to get out of here.
We walk towards the fucking trombone music.
You walk towards the music, and as you're arriving, the song finishes, and you hear his Nebo's voice ring out from the tall man. Up or down?
Up.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're going like this.
Yeah,
it's
you're
really hard
doing
to-
that. You're doing that anyway.
Sorry.
And you hear the song end, and you hear the voice ring out. It's like, "All right, boys, take a few." And as you approach, his green eyes survey you, and he gets down from where he's standing, his huge trombone in his hand. And he says like, well, y'all can party with us, and you return my glorious fingers. I appreciate that.
Yeah, cats don't have thumbs. It's common knowledge.
Some do, but it's a genetic defect.
What?
We're not even about to go there. Mr. Nebo, sir, if I could, please.
Can you roll a nature check to tell me whether that's true?
It's like those Debbie Downer skits.
Some cats have thumbs, but it's a genetic defect.
Well, whether or not they do, I didn't have the pleasure of having thumbs.
The bottom line is that we're looking to get out of the Shadowfell.
But it's been bred into them.
Is there any way that you can lead us out of here back to where we came from?
Of course I can. Y'all trying to get back to Agway, right?
Yes. Whether we want to or not, yes, we are trying to get back to Agway.
Back to Ugly.
We need to go back to Evantris.
Y'all heading back now?
As quickly as we can.
Yeah, the sooner we get back, the sooner we get there, you know? That's what they always say.
Shut wrong.
It's objectively true.
I don't know where you learned that bit of wisdom, but I suppose, boys, give me 20. And he calls back to the band and is like, oh yeah, sure, Nebo. And they're all shuffling off. They all start walking into various bars as all of the rest of the band starts to scatter. And he says, like, he raises his hand. You see his black riding coat kind of swoosh as he leaps forward, and his boots clack on the wooden street. Thank you. Welcome to the Advantage fan. Thanks for the follow.
Thank you. Welcome to the family.
And he steps forward, like, oh, let's all head to the graveyard. And he leads you. He leads you through the winding streets.
This might be a stupid question, but what use do y'all have for a graveyard?
Well, anyone who is tired and needs a rest, we put them to rest.
Forever
Like
or
a nap?
temporarily?
For a while, sure.
Alright.
This place only seems to get better every minute I spend here.
Well, but we've spent enough time here, so please do lead the way.
Yeah, I mean, is there any way I can take some rum with me?
He has a collection.
Now, we generally don't let rum leave this plane.
I understand. I would never impose.
Gotta encourage people to come back and dance with us when the time comes.
Let me tell you, I am enticed all the way.
We did free you from your cat form, just saying, you know.
Yeah, you have thumbs now.
Might be a fair trade.
But I don't want to break any rules that they might have here. I'm not insinuating anything.
No.
You know what they say. Someone who breaks rules is a rule breaker.
That's more wisdom. I don't know where that's from.
Yeah.
But
Technically correct.
y'all living folk, I don't quite right understand. Let us
You know
go.
what they always say. Those that aren't dead are the living.
Let's put you in the dirt.
Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative. He turns into a giant feral cat and mauls you to death.
Does he have thumbs though?
No, this time he's like, now I got thumbs to gouge your eyes out. And he then mountains you. He then mountains you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
He then mountains you. And he takes you through the winding streets, and you see that it's getting towards the outskirts again. You see that there's that there are patches of that same solid waterlogged soil that these large pilings are fastened into, as well as the water. And then you see a large stretch of dirt ahead with these rickety iron fences all around it, and a huge sign that says the Bone Macabre Graveyard. And you see a large row of tombstones as far as you can see.
So this is a graveyard, not a cemetery, because I've gotten a lot of shit by fucking that up.
Yeah, it's a graveyard.
No.
What is the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery?
Aye, do tell.
The absence or not of a church. We've talked about this. This is not the first
So
time we've
there
had
is
this.
a church here then, because this is a graveyard.
No,
That's right.
Oh, there is a...
Fuck.
There's a church.
There's a church. There's the chapel over there.
Then are you sure that this is a graveyard?
That's
I think a
exactly right.
cemetery doesn't have a church.
I'm only asking the question if we've approached the top.
Wait, who is... what do the people that go to the church worship?
Yes, and then on top of that, what is the value between the slugs versus a platinum? What is the ratio?
The exchange rate is, I believe,
version,
and then also,
but exchange
what
works
is
as
the
well.
population of the graveyard versus the population of Bone Macabre? And then on top of that, what is your aunt's name?
And what is your chief export in Bone Macabre?
Mother's maiden name, please.
Also,
Social
do you have a
security
social?
In the list of fears, please.
Well,
What's the town
this
that you
is-
first had your job in?
I guess it's about time we mosey. And you see a rickety wooden chapel that's arcing off to the side, very far away, as there are rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of tombstones. As the swampy soil rises up into this strange hilly formation, and he guides you in a walk through the tombstones, and eventually, as you make your way, you see a large mausoleum. And he steps forward, and you see huge stone
As we're
doors.
walking by the church,
Yeah.
do we
far
or
off.
do I notice anything that would look similar to a god I've seen before, or anything that I would have seen elsewhere in the Shadowfell?
Make a religion check.
Agreed. Can I sort of get a sense
Yeah.
of... Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Is it religion?
Religion.
12.
Natural one.
Natural 1.
It seems to be the chapel seems to be carved in the same kind of strange effigies that mark all Bone Macabre, and it seems to be glowing with that same outline of that those four colorful lights. But you don't really recognize any god that you're familiar with. And as he approaches, this large mausoleum that's once again carved into it are just skulls all the way down, and you see a huge stone door. And he steps up and he reaches out, and you see two huge iron handles on either side of these stone double doors. And he looks at you with his green eyes, and he tilts his head and says, "Y'all ready to go to the other side?"
No offense to you, but I've been ready a long time.
Provided you mean Evantress, then yes, we are ready.
That is what I mean, friend.
Did you know that they commonly say the side you are not on is the other side?
That stands to reason.
It's true.
I'm gonna look at the church again, and I'll look back, and I'll just say,
Alright. Let's go.
You see, as he presses forward, and with a loud grinding and creaking, one side of the door slides open, and it's completely pitch black inside. And as the shadow is cast, almost forming a wall of pitched black darkness.
Is this where you're going to serial killer us?
I don't have any reason to serial kill y'all, friends.
Okay, great, because I'm not a huge fan of gluten.
Everyone eventually finds their time. Y'all may be back soon enough.
Cool.
I hope not. But it'll be good to see you when we are.
I wouldn't be that opposed. Maybe, keep a plot warm for me or something. I don't know how that works.
Well, pour some rum out for Nebo when you get to the other side.
I'll see what I can do.
Are you all stepping in?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
I don't get any radiating sense of danger from
As
the void.
too late.
You do.
You do. So as you cross the threshold, I need everyone to roll wisdom saving throw. No, I'm kidding.
I literally was about to do it. Fuck yourself.
Too bad. I got it.
too bad, you got it.
So as you all step forward, and you the last glimpse of light and color as you step forward, cross the threshold of this mausoleum, is the flash of green eyes coming from Nebo, and you all cross over, and you walk And it's, as you walk, you hear the loud, echoing sounds of your footsteps on stone as the darkness gets darker and darker, and you feel that same sensation when you first crossed over past the willow tree. And pardon. And as you continue to walk, it gets darker.
Turn it up 'cause of the AC.
Yeah.
It gets darker and darker, and you feel like it can't possibly get any more dark. You can't see anything, but you feel compelled forward. And then as you continue to walk, suddenly there seems to be light up ahead. And you continue walking and walking and walking. And as you start to pick up your pace, you feel almost like there is something propelling from behind you. And suddenly you are being pushed along, sliding against the stone as a rectangular bit of faint light, looks grayish, is directly ahead of you, is getting wider and larger and larger and larger. And suddenly the darkness around you starts to dissipate as suddenly all four of you fall out and tumble together, and you hit earth. It's wet and damp. There's grass. And you look around, there's stone around you. There's light, but not much of it. You look up and you see gray clouds. The sun very faintly shining through. And you look all around, this place looks familiar. Rows and rows of crypts and mausoleums. You are on the far side of the mausoleum in the Old Agway Cemetery.
But there is color, and it is the real
There's
thing.
color. You see the greens. You see the colors of the swamp. And even though you've just been in a swamp, you see that just the shades of brown is shocking to you, and you didn't realize how much green and brown and the colors of life on this plane are. You crossed over to the other side.
I'm gonna walk like 15 to 20 feet off from the group and just kind of like feel the earth and like feel the green around me and just like breathe a sigh of relief that I'm back in the natural plane.
Oh, I mean, that's unbelievable. I never even thought for a second that I would.
Bucket chicken?
No, you don't know that you miss it until it's gone. And it's the colors here all of a sudden, and now. Wow, I don't know what to say.
I'm just glad we're back. And I am still in disbelief that we did it.
I'm not. And I reach into the, Orpheus. Can you hear me? Do you read me, Orpheus?
You wait a few minutes, and as you're sitting there waiting, you look around, and it's at this point you notice something also that's strange. You hear the life out in the swamp. The croaking of bullfrogs, the cricket song, the cicadas, the whippoorwills, the birds, just the sound of life that is emanating all around you. And you also notice, however, that although you're in a familiar spot, that it seems to be a little bit different than when you were first here. You look over, and a huge swath of the tombs are half sunk into the swamp. Huge vines have snaked up and are growing on many of the mausoleums. You see the overbrush and the underbrush, the thick canopy seems to have encroached since the last time you were here. And then you hear a response in your heads. Thanks for the follow.
It squeaks.
It squeaks. I squeaks.
Thank you for the
Oh,
follow.
Aiden Knitting says we're actually in Shrek Swamp.
You're
Truth,
So
yes.
can
you hear
queue
a
up
voice,
some,
get out of my swamp! And you hear
And then,
Are
and then Smash Mouth starts playing.
somebody.
you using your your pad?
Yeah, look, this is
Oh,
I
yeah,
DM.
this is not a joke.
That's a joke. I DM with this every single time I play D&D. I play D&D with this.
God,
This is what I roll my dice on, no matter what. You're actually you were literally gotta give it up.
We're giving up.
Thank
We're giving up.
everybody. Everybody, welcome. So,
Absolute legend.
this is and it's on an ironing board.
Yeah.
It is on
It's on
Of
an
course, of course.
So you hear all of you hear a voice, and it's like, that means that you didn't die in the Shadowfell, and I don't inherit Chateau Sylvie.
Gods, Orpheus, I almost have to say I'm happy to hear your voice. I tried to contact you when we reached the Shadowfell and we were not successful, so I assume we're back in Evangelus, safe and sound.
Lol Zeke, thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow,
Thank
Lol
you.
Zeke.
Orpheus, how long has it been?
You don't know?
Oh no. Oh no.
No, how long has it been?
It's been years. You've been gone for decades.
Stop.
Can I insight?
Orpheus.
Yeah, make an insight check.
I'd like to also like just check the
Yeah, of
nature
course I'm
this
gonna
to see
fucking-
if it's
I'm an
consistent
insight
with
too.
Yeah.
growth.
Of course I'm gonna fucking insight.
21.
Hold up. Let me see if I rolled higher. I don't think I did.
Oh fuck. That's a real bad.
Insight? Oh fuck, no, I got a 9.
I got a 9 nature check though.
He's completely bullshitting you.
Okay.
Oh.
You're bullshitting me. You fucking shite.
Oh,
I'm so angry right now.
you do-gooders are so easy to dupe.
You didn't do me. It's just it looks different. It's like part of the cemetery's been overgrown.
Orpheus, please remember.
I don't know. I'm
no,
not in the filthy
Orpheus,
swamp.
please remember that I would be happy to turn you into
A bag.
a lampshade, whatever your skin would best suit to cash in on some money. Please remember that.
Did you learn that trick from your friend? It is good to know that even though you bested me, that you also bested horrors in the Shadowfell. So I don't feel that bad about it anymore.
So does the growth and everything actually look like overgrown now, or like?
Yeah, it does. It looks like the swamp has been creeping out. As you look around more, it looks as if that trees have moved.
Does it seem consistent with like a natural growth pattern of time? Or?
Make a nature check at advantage.
Okay, I'll roll it at advantage. I got a 9 the last one, and it was.
Hey.
That's not an advantage, right?
Plus-
That would
rolled
be
it.
18
I
at
understand.
advantage.
I understand.
18 at advantage. And so as you look around, it definitely does not seem natural. However, as you look around, you remember that you had seen those shambling plant creatures and the trees that had attacked you. It looks very similar. It reminds you of that effect, as if it's not like you left and suddenly time passed. And this was very much a
Magical?
forced magical overgrowth.
Okay.
All right. Well.
I'm gonna work my way back to
How much time has actually passed? Are we on the same page here, Orpheus? Please, I'm asking you to be honest.
Well, if I'm being honest, since the last time you called me, has it been 3 days? I thought you were all dead. I tried to contact you several times. Seamus was worried sick. Gus even more so.
Well, tell Seamus and Gus that we're all right.
I will.
And, to be fair, I tried to contact you as soon as we reached the Shadowfell. I was unsuccessful.
Well, I assume it doesn't work across planes. We should raise a complaint with Velocinic.
I'll write a letter immediately. We have to head back to the Knight's Patience at the very least, correct?
I think we need to. I'm not holding down the rocky.
No,
button,
yeah,
but-
I'm speaking to you.
Right. So I think we need to make sure that nothing happened while we were gone.
What do we think caused all this growth?
I would not hold any kind of hope. When we left, Rugarul put himself in the sky and was threatening to eat and consume everyone. I just can't imagine that this place was safe while we were gone. I'm sure that Master Vine did everything that he could.
I think the growth was probably from just whatever magic that Samadi was using to animate all those plants. The cypress trees, and perhaps that's just sort of the leftover
Just a release
encroachment.
when he's been destroyed.
Go ahead.
Is it what is the time frame roughly? Is it the middle of the night or like normal?
Oh, you look out and you see the sky. It's much darker than it was most of the days that you were in Agwe. However, the fog and the clouds starts to dissipate a little bit more as you look about the swamp and look about the cemetery. And it seems that the sun is about where you'd expect it to be in the morning.
All right. Well, I'm at the very least I'm going into town and I'm going to take a look at what's going on with the shopkeepers and things. There's some things I'd like to do now that we're back, because if it's morning, I'm not gonna go to bed right now. I mean, I'm fine.
No,
I feel all right.
I think we
My
need to leave.
point is that there are things that I need to do while we wait for Rambi and Piccolo to show up, and then we prepare for our departure.
We also need Orpheus. Are you on a boat right now, or are you still in Gullhaven?
I'm having my breakfast right now.
In Gullhaven?
Of course in Gullhaven.
We're going to have to teleport him here then.
That's fine. It will take 2 days, I suppose. One there, one back. But at the very least, there's some shopping I would like to do, and we can at least inspect the town and see what's going on.
Agreed. Orpheus, did they already send Rambi and Piccolo and whatever else they were sending?
They came and collected Rambi and Piccolo. Gus was the one that had to get them under control, and shockingly, I was quite impressed that he was able to not get his face bitten off. But he did a fine job.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you, and just don't get
Give
too
me all the
comfortable.
juicy details. What happened? Are all of you alive?
We all hear
What happened
this.
to your new friend?
We all hear this, right, in our heads?
Yeah.
I lean into Rodeg and I say, maybe that's how we coax him here. We don't give him anything till he shows up in person. That's how we ensure that her mother's okay. And we get away to her mother.
I think he's going to do it either way, but, I mean, do we think he can help us at this point? I mean, I don't see the harm in telling him.
Whatever information he has.
Well, and I think it's best to get in person, but I'm not going to stop you from telling him anything.
We'll regale you with this story when we see you in person. How does that sound?
Oh, are you coming back here?
Well, you're coming with us, aren't you?
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's why I said don't get comfortable.
I swore like a blood oath or something about that, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you did.
Am I sworn by honor or something?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, this is... Does that mean long overland travel? Being uncomfortable? I was getting so used to this beautiful house.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted, so, you'll see us soon. And I'm gonna put my
I'll grab it before you
Okay,
put it
yeah.
away.
This might be the Shadowfell talking, but you better get here, you fucking shite!
Hey! You fucking shite! And I'm gonna put the rock in my bag.
Wow!
Annulin? Bravo! I suppose that the Shadowfell put a little hair on all of you.
Feathers, at least.
I don't know whether I should be impressed or afraid. Well, I suppose I'm sworn by duty now, and I'm all in your brains right now talking. Anyways, Evangeline, just have a seat. Goodbye. And he stops talking.
Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
So we wait for Orpheus to show up, we take care of the mounts when they get here, and that's about it.
Oh no, we need to go back to Gullhaven to collect him.
Fuck. Fine. It will take us a total of 24 hours either way.
Hey, it'll be fine. So, let's go back into town. We'll see what the fuck's happened since we've been gone.
On the way into town, or when we reach the old marketplace, I want to look for smoked fish, and I'd like to purchase some.
Okay.
Some that will keep for a while because it smokes, jerky almost.
Yeah.
But definitely seafood.
So, as you make your
I
way...
would say that. So I don't have a walkie-talkie, so I didn't hear any of that because I have Lumi. So I flew up into the air because I can finally fly again on my fucking broom, and I've literally just already flown back to the boat.
Okay.
Done.
So, allow me to pull up my playlist.
Music change.
Tequila!
So, you feel the ability to fly as the wind rushes through your hair and courses past you as you fly up on your broom. And Sylvie, as you take off into the sky, you see Sylvie dart away. You head south towards the docks as you look over the city. And the city seems to be hustling and bustling. However, you look out towards the Crawdad Quarter, and it seems like a good portion of it has sunk into the swamp. That there are vines growing and having snaked all the way in, deep into the quarter, and some of it, however, has been totally swallowed up. And you look and you see that where the swamp had been, the trees, the tree line is a good amount closer into the city. As you fly over, you see people heaving large piles of wood. Then these strange shambling, or not shambling anymore, lifeless bits of plant that seem to be of the same variety that had attacked the city. And you see fires burning off various points of the distance as huge piles of wood, and you see in the middle of streets trees totally fallen over, some crashed into buildings, some laying completely down, some have been completely sawed apart. And this seems to remind you of the huge tree that you had fought previously. As you fly over the districts, that people seem to be going about their business cleaning up. You see that there are workmen pulling down vines and overgrowth from bits of buildings, as you see a number of Aarakocra flying around, particularly in the Sunsteel ward, as they just kind of keep an eye on you as they're surveying and fly back down towards the edge of the district. And you eventually fly back, and you see the Knight's Patience is standing, or is docked, and you see its massive masts rising up, and seems to be completely unharmed. And as you land, you see Captain Isaacs is having a conversation with one of the officers. And as soon as you approach, are you just going to approach and land, or?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you approach, Captain Isaacs catches you in the corner of his eye, and he walks over to you. His eyes are wide, and he approaches and says, "You're alive. Where's the rest of the group?"
I died horrifically, and I was the only one able to get out alive.
No, is that true?
No, I'm just fucking with you. They're fine, but they have to walk on their legs.
And you see him catch his breath, like, if
Do
I
you
had
really
failed.
expect anything less at this point?
You never know. After what's been happening.
No, I mean with me and answering your questions.
I am not paid, or I'm not paid to assume, and I have not been trained to assume.
Well, that would be a valuable skill to acquire.
I am learning slowly.
Require is to procure. I like procure
You're
because
gonna
it requires you to procure it.
You're
All
going-
in one word. So I'm going to need you to procure that skill. It's for your own good.
I'm going to have to undo a lot of mental models, but I will try.
No, but they're on their way. Why, is everything okay?
The swamp has been encroaching, has come alive. The stinging insects and flies and mosquitoes people have had to stay inside, and then every hour or so, more and more of those damned living plants.
Well,
The haunting lights.
they should hopefully be all dead now.
They suddenly stopped
Yes.
last night.
You're welcome.
Was that you?
Yeah, we killed that creepy dragon thing in the sky. But it wasn't in the sky, it was in the shadows when we killed him. So, thanks. I'm tired though, and you're really too... What's the word for it? You're too normal for me to talk to currently. So, serious, that was the word. So I'm gonna go to bed, or maybe just lay around in pajamas. And you can talk to the group when they get here, and if they need me, just tell them to grab me, okay?
Well, I'm glad all of you are all right. I'll let the Admiral know immediately.
Oh yeah, sure. Do all of that normal people business. I'll see you later, bye!
That is normal people business is what I get paid to do. And he salutes you, and you shuffle off. You all see a similar sight.
Am I right, Moomy?
As you continue your way through the streets, down Magnolia Promenade, and Lumi is actually very excited to be flying around finally. She felt incredibly awful to be grounded in the Shadowfell. And all of you see the cleanup efforts of these regular attacks, the corpses of these animated plant creatures, the evidence of the encroaching swamp that had allegedly been getting closer and closer and closer, swallowing up Agwe. And however, it seems as if that much of the people have fled, but there is still a sense of hope, a sense of relief, but trepidation. The relief that it may all be over finally, as it suddenly stopped. And you eventually make your way through the town. You're able to buy some smoked fish. And you're eventually all able to join back on the Knight's Patience. And
do we get any sense of, it was mass exodus when we were leaving? Do we get any sense that it's just, has it stopped, or have people returned some?
It does not feel like people have started returning yet. It feels as if it was the people that have stayed are the ones that look like they would have been longtime locals, not the tourists, not the visitors, and they are just trying to pick up the pieces of what's happened. They're trying to clean up their city. There's a reason why they stayed, and there's a level of resolve, as well as a level of exhaustion, but also there's that relief. But it does not seem, you don't hear that. You don't hear the jazz music. The many of the stores have shut down, and even people that had lived there.
Ships returning.
No. So the as you see, the harbor of Agwe is fairly sparse, as there's only a handful of ships, and you see some of the fishing vessels of many of the forest gnomes in the Crawdad Quarter, and there's still some vessels, but it is sparse, and you eventually all arrive back at the Knight's Patience. Unless there's anything else you want to... Captain Isaacs is very happy to see you, and he basically discusses the same stuff, and he wants to get a full report, but he wants you to get your rest, and he thanks you, and so you're all able to congregate and do whatever you like to do.
I mean, I've had multiple full rests at this point. I'm happy to tell Isaacs, everything minus the Baba Yaga stuff.
Okay.
I'm not going to divulge anything that is solely shit, but other than that, I have no problem saying exactly what happened when we went there.
He said, "I'll get the full story when you all are ready. Please relax."
All right. Well.
So did we just sort of see, did the little Yulong seem more or less normal?
It seems you see that the same bits of remnants. You see on the ground that there are the clouds of insects that had been suddenly dropped dead almost, and you however see that the swamp had encroached into Little Yulong. And but it seems to be that that they had held their ground, and there was an encroaching threat, but it is all over now.
I have to wonder if this is not like Samadi's or Rugarul's magic out of control now that there's no one here to contain it.
Well, no, I think my understanding is that this was happening. The swamp was encroaching and encroaching until we killed, or until Samadi was killed, and Ruguru was killed, and then it stopped.
Is that the sense that?
Yeah.
I am the complete opposite of what you had just said, and I apologize for being such an idiot.
So I think we've stopped it. We've stopped it all.
So I guess then my question would be: under what circumstance would Samadi or Rugarul have to swallow this town in vines? That's not despair. That's not feeding off of the hunger. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Seems fine to me.
What?
Looks good. Looks better than the shithole when we came here.
You can't mean that. You can't mean that you want innocent people to be swallowed alive.
No, but it's the natural world reclaiming some of its, what was here before.
People lost their homes, their shops, their personal property.
It's people that have been here drinking and drugging and fucking.
And I don't doubt that, but I'm glad we stopped it. Who knows what could have happened?
It just seems like when we were here before, it was a town out of control, and now maybe a little bit of balance has been returned.
Well, I think it certainly has because we've gotten rid of Guru. There's no more Remy Guru.
I can't even begin to comment on any of that. I mean, we're trying to protect innocent people from actual horrible evil. There were these terrible titans at play here, and we stopped them. And are you happy with any of that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with what we've done, but you seem to think that this. I don't know.
Well, I think either way, the town is safe. There's no more Alphonse. There's no more Guru. There's no more Samadi. I mean, we've completely changed the town. What is Ogwe without those three?
Ogwe is the factions that we talked to, that we spoke to, the people that we know will do good for their own people. I mean, we know this, right? Obviously, there were more warring factions underneath of Guru, but he's no more, as you've said, and I trust Master Leaf from Vine. I do
too. I think that he's a good person.
And I think that Ma Puckett will also do well. And they will keep... What was the name of the Isaac? Ickis. Sorry. They will keep Ickis in check.
We can hope for that.
But why would you hope that nature would just reclaim this place? And extinguish life as we know it. These people deserve a life.
Well,
I'm not asking for nature to reclaim life.
We don't know if they killed any. I mean, maybe it did. But if I'm understanding you correctly, nature is returning to the land.
Nature is life. I'm not asking for one to win out over the other, but it seems just this place has gotten so out of control. There's been so many people just overriding everything that was here before, and it was out of balance. It clearly was out of balance.
I don't disagree. I'm just surprised by your reaction. I look. I've come a long way. From someone who literally murdered people for money to valuing life and trying to do the right thing and doing good. I'm shocked to hear that you say that you don't care about this town. And that you just
I'm
want...
not saying that I don't care about this town. I value life just as much as everyone, but I value everything's life. Whether that's people or plant or animal.
I mean, look,
Fine.
I respect your values, and I appreciate that that's sort of, how you feel. And I would say that either way, I believe that the town is a safer place, hopefully a little more clean, and perhaps balance has been brought back. I needed a little bit of nature and a cleansing of sorts.
I apologize if I overstepped bounds. I just didn't expect you to say something like that.
You certainly didn't.
And as you are all gathered together and discussing, you hear a faint meowing of a cat. and your attention is drawn
Page of Jade.
as you hear a little soft purring as you look down and you see a cat looking up at you with jade eyes and entirely of jade. You know this to be Master Leaf's animated cat statue. And that's where we'll end the session.
Does it? Well, I mean, does it have a scroll in its mouth? I mean, it ain't just a cat. You're not gonna give us anything more?
Nope.
Fuck you.
Fuck. Well, thank you guys. We
Thank
love
you guys.
Nikki has been having stomach issues today, so she's laying down. So, but thank you. We love you very much. And yeah, awesome show.
Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
Again, as I mentioned, for anybody who may be new, it's a little bit of a different session than our usual, right?
Yeah.
It was very lighthearted and fun.
Yeah.
In a good way. Story driven but lighthearted. We've been dealing with some really, really heavy shit in the campaign of this entire third arc. So
Yeah.
This has been a little bit of a departure.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to finally have the catharsis, finally let the air out of the balloon, you know.
And what's that French word you said, Rich?
Catharsis.
No,
Oh.
the French one.
Oh, denouement. Yeah.
What does that actually mean in English?
No, motherfucker, the French one.
Yeah.
No.
Denouement is just the falling action.
Is that what that means in English? The
I don't know
action?
what the literal translation is from French to English.
Cool.
But we appreciate you guys hanging out.
It's the little section after the
climax.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So who are we raiding,
So
Producer Reg?
We're gonna
Raid!
I'm trying to find somebody to raid.
Thanks, guys. So we're going to be filming Adventures in Chill. If you're a subscriber, stay tuned for that. If you don't know what that is, if you subscribers get special videos that we film after every single one of our sessions.
Subs.
And schlubs.
Yeah. Subs get that. And so they'll enjoy that. So anyway, who are we rating, Rich?
We're rating Seismic White.
Seismic White?
So thank you guys so much. We're going to rate... show them your Hooters if you're a sub. Pass on the Advantress love, and we will see you on Saturday for Beneath Dark Wings.
Yeah.
See you Saturday. Come hang out on Saturday. It's going to be a blast, guys.
We will see you soon. Thanks so much, guys.
Love you guys.
Hello.
Night.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.